Pay you to listen? Well, we do. Hear keyword, enter website, answer phone. We're the best at this, and you are in the right place. Real Radio 104.1. This national contest sponsored locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air has been in business since 1992, right here in Central Florida. That's over 29 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier, factory, authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. That's Mills Air. It's equipment change-out time. You can get upgrades up to $1,275 in rebates. Go to millsair.com.
Are you all worked up and working too much? You know what y'all need? Y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to have fun. Y'all need some adventure. Why? Y'all need Gatorland. How do we know? Ain't no one got more animals, more gators, or more fun than Gatorland. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less with $17.50 admission now through the end of July. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
Hey, Orlando, why settle for one dealership when you can shop three? Greenway Kia's 3 Central Florida locations give you access to 3 times the inventory. Shop over 1,200 new Kias, all priced clearly online at greenwaykias.com. Plus, when you trade with us, over 40 Greenway dealerships bid on your vehicle to help maximize its value. And this week only, bring us any trade and get an additional $1,000 off your new Kia. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Negative equity refinanced. All factory rebates applied.
When you're teeing off and your clients are watching, it's on. When the game goes to overtime and your squad is right there with you, it's on. When you swap out that other nicotine pouch for something softer and feel the difference right away, it's on. On Plus nicotine pouches with Nico Silk Mesh. No corners, no rough edges, just the softest pouch on the planet. When there's nothing between you and what's next, it's on with On Plus nicotine pouches.
Not all varieties available in all geographies. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Think you're not the suing type? But you aren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Modern Plumbing Industries. I think everyone can agree, when you have plumbing problems in your house, the entire place comes to a screeching halt. That's why I suggest having access to Modern Plumbing Industries, an amazing company. And they're running some incredible deals in July right now. $1,776 will get you a 40 or 50-gallon electric water heater installed. How about a $250 camera inspection from Outside Accessible Cleanouts? Or $250 off any service over $2,500. Book your appointment today at modernpi.com.
Celebrate America's 250th anniversary with Renewal by Andersen and get $250 off every window and door this month only. Plus, 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. With Renewal by Andersen, you're getting American craftsmanship, expert installation, and signature service. But you're also getting longevity. Unlike traditional vinyl, Renewal by Andersen's acclaimed windows and doors use Fibrex, which doesn't warp, crack, or degrade over time, meaning your windows and doors are going to last a lot longer. Renewal by Andersen's acclaimed windows and doors are also designed to reduce outside noise, creating a quieter and more peaceful living environment. All you need to do is schedule a free in-home design consultation where their experts will guide you through the full replacement process from design to install. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com and lock in your savings today. Or better yet, stop by their showroom off of Lee Road in Winter Park. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. B-O-N-U-S. Bonus. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Friday, July 24th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from we can't let this happen to shocking new details in the Nancy Guthrie case, and a sugar baby deal in the Villages causes drama. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. C-Lane is here.
Hello.
Josh is with us.
Good day.
And so are you. You can join us on the show. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com or in the app right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your messages rolling right into the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
What are you talking about?
What occurred? I know this is a little alarming, but I just want to make sure that this is legitimate. I want to make sure that everything is right and correct. It is. Yeah, we have a last-minute message right now. It appears to be from Jimothy the raccoon. Let's listen in.
Have a great Friday, you mother...
We did it, everybody!
Yeah. Thank you, Jimothy. What a gent, that Jimothy.
Yeah, we made it through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. What a time to be alive. Here we are. You guys don't actually have to pat yourselves on the back, right?
I do appreciate that. Josh is usually the one that does it.
You refuse? I'm not doing it.
He's so humble.
If he didn't tell me to do it, I would do it. But I'm not doing it. Everybody else, pat yourself on the back. Though you made it through the week, and here we are on a Friday with a lot to do. How's everybody doing on a Friday?
Good. Not bad. How are you?
Good. All is well in my world. And, it's just... I woke up today. I'd never done this before in my life, I don't think. And I was like, I should be appreciative of the things that I have. Life is good. Things
okay?
are good. I don't know. Maybe a secret show sent me a little bit more last night than it should have. But yeah, I woke up. I was like, I'm a fortunate man. I've got a beautiful partner. I was like, things are going well, and I don't know why. That means things are going to go terrible today, though, doesn't it? It's like this could be a bad thing,
not
a bad
great
omen.
sign.
Yeah, it's not. It's a bad omen for the show, I think. So let's see what happens. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's going on in this great, big, wide world of ours. We go to a man eating in his car, everybody. That's right. This particular gentleman is deciding to try out something. He's a food reviewer, I guess. And he wants to try the new Arby's offering, the Angus cheesesteak. So, it's the weekend, Josh. Maybe we should treat ourselves with something here. Maybe this is good. Let's see what he says. This is a guy in his car trying out the Arby's sandwich. Let's listen in.
I'm here at my local Arby's to try their brand new Philly cheesesteaks. This is what it looks like. Let's take a bite. For the record, I love Arby's.
Has Arby's never had a cheesesteak?
And I'm hungry.
I don't know. Big bite.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Well, why don't you like it? Tell us, man.
Don't buy that. Don't buy that.
Don't buy that. That's it. I saw this guy who's been going viral for his food reviews. It's this old man, and he has like 76 cameras in his car. And he cruises through the drive-thru, and he's like really nice, and he makes his order for what he's going to get. And the piping hot food comes in, and he puts a thermometer in it, and he's looking at 7 different cameras. And he goes, "Whoa, this one's hot and served and ready to go." And then this guy just goes, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't try it out. If you've tried it and maybe this guy's wrong and Arby's is onto something, let us know. But he says no good. 2.3 million views on his review. Not great for Arby's.
Not a swell day for the Arby's folks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very. That's even worse than what I've got going on over here. Somebody says Sean feels extra good because he shipped off the spider curse.
maybe that's it. Maybe it's because of the spider curse magnet. I had a curse in my studio. I transferred it over to the magnets and shipped it off to you lovely listeners who were able to grab those.
I just remembered I have one of them in my bag. I need to. That needs to get shipped off to Bradshaw's office ASAP.
Yeah, send it away. It's got a piece of the curse with it. Each one of them. I rubbed it in the spot on the desk where I killed the spider. It just transfers right over, whether you like it or not. That's just how it goes.
Sucks because it's a really great magnet. I mean,
it is.
That's a good design.
And look at that.
That's a fun magnet right there.
But cursed.
That is cursed.
Yeah, it's cursed. Yeah, we have to remember that at the end of the day. I want to talk about this because it's not getting a lot of discussion yet, but I really think it needs to. And the first thing I saw was somebody sent me an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com that their local liquor store was sending out emails, and they were saying, hey, we knew it was coming eventually. The deadline is approaching. The THC drinks, if you don't do anything about it, they're going to be illegal. They're going to be removed from the shelves. This thing that I think, this is so crazy to me, actually. Like, just on the real here. The way I see this is THC drinks have angered the alcohol companies because a lot of people have lowered their intake of alcohol and switched over to THC. I see THC drinks as far less harmless to your health and to other humans than any alcoholic beverage could possibly be. I see THC companies as new upstarts, most of them, who don't have the lobbying money that the liquor companies have. And the politicians in Washington, in all of their wisdom, these losers, decided to sneak through in another bill something that would make it so the THC drinks would be illegal. And to me, that clearly comes because of a pressure campaign from the liquor companies. I think the THC drinks are good. It's a good product, and I think it's good for the health of Americans. You might think I'm crazy for saying that.
You're crazy for saying that.
You're crazy for other reasons, but not for saying that.
I believe it. I think that's absolutely the truth. I think it gets people to go another direction other than alcohol. And alcohol, even though I like it, even though you deserve it sometimes, and, you do you, I think that alcohol is worse for you physically in every measurable way than one of these THC drinks. But now here's one of the stories attached to this. People are getting emails like crazy, but THC drinks face a federal deadline that could upend the market. They reached $239 million in retail sales, but a federal rule taking effect November 12th could push most hemp-derived drinks outside the legal hemp market, making your favorite THC drink illegal with a capital I. Why? Because am I crazy? Am I making this up? Didn't we see stories that said 100% the liquor industry saw an impact of the sales of this, like a reduction in sales of alcohol, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's why the distributors are in the THC drink business now.
Yeah.
That's why you buy them from the liquor store.
And they make a ton of money off of it. But this just doesn't make any sense. This isn't hurting anybody as best I can tell. This is only helping people. For me, if I have a night where I'm not drinking that much, I know this is a personal thing for me, but they help me sleep. They help me get a good night's sleep. I don't want to take sleeping pills. I don't like taking medication that I don't need. And the THC drinks, I think, are a godsend for this. I get a nice night's sleep from these things. I'm not Cheech and Chonging it over here. I'm just kind of, I have a reasonable amount. All right?
Here's the thing. I would say I'm not Cheech and Chonging it, but literally one of the brands of THC drink that I purchase on occasion is the Cheech and Chong brand.
Yeah. So you are Cheech and Chonging, but this
not
isn't
like,
something where I'm not high as a kite, I'm not Bongo the Stone Crab over here. I'm not getting high. I'm just I'm relaxing on this drink. And these stupid politicians bought off by, allegedly, liquor companies on K Street, lobbyists, they're now going to remove this option that a lot of people, I think, enjoy. And tell me what you think about this. But it says, what happens to a $239 million drink category when federal law threatens the dose in nearly every can? Hemp-derived THC beverages have moved quickly from cannabis shops into liquor stores, grocery aisles, and convenience store coolers. Could you imagine if this goes through in November, they make it illegal on November 12th. You can no longer buy THC, and you're buying THC from some drug dealer on the streets or something. Like, I'm cruising.
Yeah, like we used to do in high school. We're bringing it back, baby.
I'm slipping a $5 to a nefarious character on the worst street in town.
That's $5 is not going to get you anywhere. We're not bringing it that far back.
I'm slipping a hundo to get a 12-pack of the illegal stuff so I can get a nice night's sleep. What the hell, man? What's going on here? 4-packs look familiar. The flavors sound like modern sparkling water, blah, blah, blah. The commercial run now has an expiration date attached to it. Sayonara, see you later, adios, muchacho. A federal law scheduled to take effect on November 12, 2026, changes the definition of hemp. Final consumer products containing more than 0.4 milligrams of total THC and similar intoxicating cannabinoids per container will no longer qualify as hemp. The Congressional Research Services says products excluded from definition would instead become subject to the Federal Controlled Substances Act as marijuana is currently. So 0.4 milligrams, isn't that like everything on the shelves at the store, all of the THC drinks? Is there any under that?
No. It doesn't even do anything at 0.4 milligrams.
Yeah, it's like a non-alcoholic beer that's like it might have 0.05 ABV.
This is insane. And you should vote out every politician that does nothing about this if they don't do anything. All of these losers that sit there and get obsessed about a bunch of stuff that nobody cares about all day long, trying to make viral clips online. And then there's stuff like this where it's like, who is this hurting? Nobody except the liquor industry, right? Like, clearly it's not hurting anybody except the liquor industry for you to get a reasonable THC drink at the end of the day. I haven't heard of one story, not one, and I follow this stuff, where somebody has been out of control because they drank a THC drink.
Do you think that the liquor industry is the biggest opponent to, or like the biggest supporter of this being illegal? Or do you think that there's still like enough oldos in Washington that hear marijuana and go, oh no, it's bad. We gotta do the kids. It's gonna be marketed to the kids.
Maybe, but think about it. Who else would be against this? Like, the country has actually turned the tide on marijuana, Sealand, as you've seen. Like, I think a lot of politicians are for a lot of legalization or, legalization light type stuff. I think that's usually supported by both parties, Republicans and Democrats alike. I think the only people against this are the people who are being impacted. And Josh, can you look that up real quick? Like, I know I've seen something about liquor sales impacted by THC drink offerings. I know I've seen that the sales have been down for this stuff because so many people have different options now. Let me know if you could find something on that. Ooh, but that's happening. Federal deadline in place. Not good. We have to fight for this. And Courtney just texted me and she says, the Harry Potter room is going to turn into our THC bunker. We're going to hit the store before November when they shut all this down. I'm going to get as much as I can.
And I've already thought of that. And it's like, what am I really going to do? Am I going to ration it? Am I going to get a big storage container of THC drinks and then eventually just run out?
Yeah.
Or should I just go cold turkey?
No, I mean, how many? I'm going to figure out how many I need for the rest of my life.
What I'm going to do?
I don't think
I'm going to go 365 days a year. I got about, a couple of years left in me. Here's how many I need. Don't say 3, Josh.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I know I said a couple.
They might expire if you last any longer.
I'm going to store up as much of these things as I possibly can. Did you find any stories about the decline in liquor sales?
I'm a trying.
Okay, no worries. If there's not, just say you're wrong, Sean. But I'm almost positive.
I would love to.
Here we go. The category remains small beside the $110 billion off-premise alcohol market. Its growth stands out because total alcohol dollars declined 3.3% during the same period. So the money shifted over to the new THC drinks market, and shifted away from alcohol. Nothing in beer, wine, or spirits is putting up numbers like that right now. So instead of competing, the liquor companies and the lobbyists for these companies, instead of competing with them, they've said, we are literally just going to shut down our new competition. And if nothing happens before November, that's just how it is. So let me know. Maybe I'm alone. Maybe you don't care about this at all. But if I'm not, send a dispatcher an email over on thenewsjunkie.com right now. Speaking of emails, let's get started. Ed emails the show about the Powerball story we discussed yesterday. The Powerball opening up internationally. I am firmly against this. I am boycotting the Powerball being an international thing. I think that the Powerball basically allows one person to steal money from all the other poor people who throw their money at the Powerball. So if somebody's going to steal from all the poor people who play the Powerball, then I think it should be an American. I don't think we should have some Brit who's like, oh, all the poor people in America threw their money in a pot and I ended up winning, and I don't like it. Neither does
good English accent you just did.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. I knew it was going to be a good day today. I knew it. I will not be playing the Powerball anymore, Ed says. It's absolutely insane to have people in the United Kingdom playing for a chance to win. I feel like it's a scam. It's already sad that Jeffrey Epstein won the Mega Millions twice. It's also sad that the suicide is suspect. How do I know if Jeffrey Epstein got away with what he did, faked his death, and then moved to the United Kingdom? That's a definite no-go.
Powerball.
He segued. He segued in the middle of the email.
No, he segued at the beginning of the email.
He started with, I'll not be playing the Powerball anymore.
Dear Sean, about this Powerball thing, Epstein.
It's like, how do I get them to talk about it on the show? There's not enough coverage of this. Here is Gustavo with an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. This was about the freak guy saying he was going to kill these people on their doorbell cam yesterday. Gustavo says, I've never locked my front door. Not growing up with my parents, nor as an adult. The only person who ever broke into my home was a cocaine dealer across the street from me when I lived in Miami. That was about 30 years ago. Now I live in a Lakeland complex with more than 1,000 nearly identical apartments. I'm currently traveling for sales in Alabama, and my front door is still unlocked, so trusted neighbors can care for my bird.
Why does a cocaine dealer need to break into somebody's house?
To get more. Yeah.
More cocaine.
Yeah. That's how they got a really interesting business model. He's in Alabama traveling to sell stuff, and his front door of his house is not locked right now. So his neighbors can care for his bird.
Why not just give your neighbor a key to your house?
Why not just give your neighbor the bird? Whole bird over to the neighbor. Then it could do that. I have a camera, very little worth stealing, and I doubt anybody's walking past all my neighbors carrying my 65-inch TV. I don't worship rocks or metal, so there's no expensive jewelry either. The one door I always lock is my back sliding glass door because it opens to a common area where anyone can walk directly into my yard, he says. And one more here from another Ed who says, about food and the resurgence of these Emerald viral clips with the Emerald doing his thing. He says, I'm really glad that food is not fun anymore because I grew up with Julia Child, Justin Wilson, I don't know who that is, Emerald, and my mom. Needless to say, I'm now 270 pounds, Sean, and it's all their fault. But I did enjoy myself getting to 270 pounds. Yum, yum, says Ed. There he goes. You, too, can have a voice on the show. Email. If you want to be anonymous, put that right up on top to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Real quick, I want to tell you that when we come back, we've got a pretty big bombshell update and a story I thought was just quiet. In the Nancy Guthrie case, Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show, that person, the masked person kidnapped her old mom, and we hadn't heard much of anything. But there's new info for once, and it's pretty crazy. So I'll give you this bombshell update on that story. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram @RealRadio1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-37.
Stand by, folks. I'm going to do a live read, and then we open up Skull Mike. No commercials. We're chatting in just moments. And I have a big, fat question for you. All right? That will be right after this live read from Mills Air. Stand by, everybody.
Instant oil change, traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Folks, I want to tell you about Mills Air. Mills Air is an amazing company, amazing people doing the right thing, doing business the right way. If that matters to you, it should. If it matters to you, you go to Mills Air. When your AC has a problem, when your air conditioner is on the fritz, when there's an issue where it's not blowing as cold as it used to, whether you got a little window unit or a mini split or some complicated setup, they've dealt with that many, many, many times at Mills Air, and they're ready to help you out. They're ready to be fair. They're ready to be honest. That's what they do. They have the best techs in town over at Mills Air, and they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. If you get one of those new Carrier units, you could save a bunch on your power bill. Just a little heads up. Call Mills Air with your power, with your issues with your air conditioner and any kind of other problems you might have. Call Mills Air at 407-277-1159. That's 407
All right, everybody. Hey, the show is on a Friday. How are you doing? Crazy bombshell news on the way. But first, thank you to Ashbomb for the gifted subscription. Thank you so much for that. One Ma, thank you for the gifted subscription. You too can spread the word. Gift a premium subscription, including secret shows on thenewsjunkie.com today. Claim a gift. Some merch for the show. Thank you to Missy for the gifted subscription. And hold on to your butts. Get your hands on your nuts. And if you don't have them, just grab onto your crotch. Cyclonus with 32. $32 gifted subscriptions. Cyclonus, thank you for the big support. Let me see. Hang on. Weekend edition. Let's do a 12 here. Okay. I hear you. But who is Justin Wilson? I see you, chat people. I see the messages. Who is Justin Wilson? I know that you're mad because I don't know Justin Wilson. I don't know him. How did Justin Wilson make this guy fat? Is he a New Orleans chef? I don't want to sound dumb in front of the new people in New Orleans. He's a part of Wilson Phillips. I knew it. All right, let me write down Cyclonus. Holy cow. Cyclonus with the 32 gifted subscriptions. I don't know how many of you were watching live for secret shows last night, but it was a blast. It was a blast. We opened up the new phone lines a little bit. It got a little bit wild. It was a fun time, lots of laughs. If you missed it, it's available on demand as per usual today at 5 p.m. for you Secret Show subscribers. God bless. We're back in 2 minutes. The Cajun chef and humorist? I don't know him. Yeah, I'll have to read up on this guy. Twitch being silenced? What happened to Twitch? Oh, is Twitch not coming through? Wait. Is the Twitch stream not going? Stand by. Twitch was being a little finicky. No, Twitch is streaming. It's not showing in Mega Chat? Oh. Hang on. Stand by. I'll try to get it fixed during this segment, Twitch fans, Twitch viewers. Okay, I'm working on it right now. Thank you to Texas Claudia for the 5 gifted subscriptions. Holy cow, love to see these new names. Texas Claudia with the 5. Big support. All right, we are coming back live on the show right now. Bombshell new details in the Nancy Guthrie case, which are kind of crazy. Both of you Twitch viewers? There's a couple over there.
In select areas. Why do you love movies? Is it the emotion, the spectacle, the escapism? On Raiders of the Lost podcast, we explore cinema like no one else, including huge interviews with stars like Ryan Gosling on Project Hail Mary.
It was like the Jaws shark. Didn't always work, came with its own problems. That's what made it great. The heart of the movie is Rocky and Grace, and their friendship is hard-earned.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Raiders of the Lost podcast, and listen now.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Where common sense meets complete nonsense. This is the News Junkie.
Honestly, people like you and this station are what makes the whole show happen. You can learn more about the News Junkie, the world's most viral newsroom, over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. I thought we were not going to hear anything else about the Nancy Guthrie case, and you might already be rolling your eyes in the back of your head, but bear with me on this because I think this is bombshell news. Like, I think this was a big update on the story. If you're not familiar, Sealand, I'll explain this to you, okay? I know you haven't heard much about this little tiny story.
What
here.
happened?
There's a woman named Nancy Guthrie, and she's a older
Is she related
woman.
to Woody Guthrie?
She's related to Savannah Guthrie.
What about Arlo?
From the Today Show. Yeah, I mean, you guys should know this. Josh, you should know this too. And Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped by some bizarre masked man who busted into her house in the middle of the night and took her. And then we knew there was some demand for money in Bitcoin as a ransom to get the mother back, right? We knew that was the case. And then we all knew that TMZ was straight up lying and being weird for like a year, basically, where they were like, we got another note from the kidnapper. And you go, this is definitely some crazy guy in his mother's basement. What are you doing here? But for real, there are new details from the Nancy Guthrie ransom note that are pretty wild, actually. And I think that we need to go over these because there was some stuff in here where I said, oh, I have no idea that was the case. There is a podcast that got a hold of the ransom note, the one that they really do believe was from the kidnappers here. And this kind of changes my mind on how I feel about this entire case. Here we go. The latest revelations about the purported first ransom note in the Nancy Guthrie case appear inconsistent with a kidnapping for ransom, according to a retired FBI negotiator. If the fact that they wanted to cut off communication quickly suggests anything, it's that they may not have had kidnapping for ransom as a primary motive. Right? This was one of the FBI people weighing in on this. When was this? July 24th. This is also today. Hold on. Here's what I'm looking for right here. This is the actual new info. New details from Nancy Guthrie ransom demand revealed. Her life is in your hands. So here we go. New portions of the first purported ransom note received in the Nancy Guthrie investigation have been made public, and a former Arizona reporter read them on a major true crime podcast on Wednesday. Remember, this whole thing went down in Arizona. So the FBI didn't think that this was the case. That was the other story that came out. But here's the juicy stuff. Brianna Whitney, who was working for Phoenix-based AZ Family News when the case broke, joined the Crime Junkie, not related to the News Junkie, just for the record.
It's not your brother Crime.
Joined the Crime Junkie host, Ashley Flowers, they're way more successful than we are, unfortunately, to discuss the note and a wrench attack theory that emerged in May. A Crime Junkie spokesperson said the podcasters would not share copies of the text, which has not been independently verified, but they believe that they are true. Here is the note that the kidnapper allegedly sent. Hello, Savannah, talking to Savannah Guthrie. We have your mother, Nancy, she began, reading from what she said was the first note sent to local media. She is safe but scared. She will be held for ransom, and once payment is received, she will be released unharmed. We will be holding her for a maximum of 7 days. As previously conveyed by authorities, the sender gave 2 deadlines with increased money demands the longer it took. Once payment is received to the Bitcoin address below, she will be released within 12 hours of deposit to a safe drop-off location back in Tucson. If the payment is not received by the last deadline on Monday the 9th at 5 p.m., she will be killed. Your mother is aware of this. Her life is in your hands. Okay? That's it. Then they said, it's in the best interest of everyone to have this completed as soon as possible. You will not be able to contact me from here on out. There will be no negotiation. Do not play games. Law enforcement will not be able to help you. The note also included details that may have only been available to investigators and the suspect at the time, including the location of Guthrie's Apple Watch and details about a smashed floodlight in her backyard. There was a second note that they read that also had an apology. Which was like, after the mother had died because of her failing health. The thing that is shocking to me, if this is the first note that Nancy Guthrie got, and that Savannah Guthrie got and her family got, and it's like, her life is in your hands. We want a deposit into this Bitcoin account. Here's how much money we want, or we're going to kill your mom by this day. Why didn't Savannah Guthrie just send the money? Like, your mom has actually been kidnapped. Maybe this is me saying this because I wasn't actually in this position, but I would have 100% sent the money. I would have 100% sent the money. Like, this sounds to me like the person was kidnapping her. They sent this letter over, this note to the family, and then the family made the decision to not make a payment.
Is it
like we don't negotiate with terrorists kind of thing, Is it
possible that somebody in law enforcement looked at this note and decided for whatever reason that it was not credible and advised the Guthrie family that this is not worth our time?
Very possible, I think. And
also, there was the story that they did a test run, like they sent like $200 or something, and just to see if they could see where the money was whisked off to. And that somehow screwed up the whole timeline, or screwed up the process.
Savannah Guthrie has the funds. She 100% could have done this, and I would take it seriously. We have the video of the person actually taking your mother, and we have a note that they left behind that they sent, and they're demanding this. And I know there's some of you people saying it sets a precedent, never pay the ransom, never. Fang Freakitastic says, if I'm old as hell and not in great health, I wouldn't want my family wasting money on a ransom. That's fine. That's fine for you to think about that in that position. But I'm saying if I were Savannah Guthrie, I would have paid 11 times. I would have paid. I would have said, I want more time with my mom, and it's worth more money to me than anything else, right? That's just how I am about it. Like, if I could pay all of my money right now to get my mother back alive for a year, I would do it in a second, because that's more valuable than anything else that I could ever have. And it's the thing that you can't get, right? But I mean, I don't know. That seems crazy to me. This is definitely a big revelation of the case. It says, once payment is received to the Bitcoin address, she'll be released in 12 hours of a deposit to a safe drop-off location back in Tucson. If we don't get it by Monday the 9th at 5 p.m., she will be killed. Your mother's aware of this, and her life is in your hands. Once payment's received, we'll release her unharmed. We're holding her for a maximum of 7 days. Like, I would have done it. I don't know how you don't do it. That seems different to me. Alien says, C-Lane's right. Cops probably said it wasn't credible. But why would cops ever think it wasn't credible? The mother is indeed missing. There is a note left behind. There is a demand for the note. Like, why would the cops not think anything is credible? Everything points to that it is credible. Everything that we've ever seen points to the idea that this person actually was kidnapped. But I want to know, does this change your mind on how you feel about the case, number one? But what would you have done in that circumstance? Because I 1,000% would have paid. I don't understand why she didn't. I don't get that. And don't make the argument to me from the old person who's kidnapped's perspective. Make it from the children's perspective. That's the argument that I want to hear. Why on earth wouldn't the kids, if they loved their mother, why wouldn't they pull this money together that Savannah Guthrie definitely has? I forgot what the demand was for, but she's a very wealthy woman, so she could have done it. And I'm not saying this sets a great precedent. I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying if that was a chance to get your mom back alive, I would have done it personally. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay.
Good luck out there, Dylan. I really, I am praying for you, buddy.
What are you talking about?
Your dad is really screwing this up for you.
Why? What are you talking about? What do you mean?
If you're kidnapped, you're expecting Dylan to give up everything to get you back.
I think he would. I legit think he would. You want me to call him and see if he would pay?
Yeah, why not? Get him on.
I don't know. That's not where I was going with that, but it's sure. That's definitely my point. It's not that good luck when you're kidnapped because Sean will just pay.
No, I know that too. I mean, I'm making him kidnappable right now. I understand that, but I just have to be real about it, right? Do you think he would do it for me though?
Sure. I think he would write a very, very big check that would bounce.
Wait 3 days to cash that.
Hold on.
I did a little post date. Just a little post date.
Okay, let me call him real quick and see if he would pay this. Ready? Let's see. All right. Hang on. Stand by. Oh, is it? Wait.
Please leave your message for 5612606.
What? Hang on. What were you showing the screen?
I have no control over that.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? It
shows up on the stream.
Oh,
graphics.
The number does?
Yes.
Why was it set up that way? That's a terrible idea.
It's a terrible Codorino.
Yeah.
No.
Codorino idea.
All right, I'm gonna text him, I guess. Would you
up
pay a ransom to save me? Okay, I'll text him. I'll let you know because I'm pretty convinced that he would do this. I'm pretty convinced. I dialed the wrong number, folks. All right, so don't try to call him because C-Lane showed you something he wasn't supposed to.
How did I do it?
You just told me you showed him.
No, I didn't show them.
Where did it show? Did it show on the stream?
Yes.
Where? Why? You mean on the graphics on the stream?
Yes.
It shows the phone number?
Yes.
That's bad Codorino work right there. Yeah, that was on me.
No one's going to kidnap the bad Codorino.
I hope not.
So you're safe.
All right, no, everybody leave that person alone. This is an unrelated person. I'll tell you what Dylan says when he responds at some point in time. But I truly believe that he would pay the money for me. I don't know what was going on with Savannah Guthrie in this case, but we'll figure it all out. And you give us your thoughts. Your dispatches are accepted and your emails as well. Do those over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Somebody said you just doxed Dylan. I didn't do it. I didn't know that showed up on the screen. So, like, if I call C-Lane right now, if I call you.
No, please don't. Sean?
Wait. You're saying if I hit call right now, it'll put your phone on the stream? Your phone number?
Yes, it would.
I don't believe it.
Honey, I doxed the kids.
I don't believe that that's true. It just shows the entire phone number?
It did, yes.
On the stream?
Yes.
Not on my screen.
Not on your screen. On the stream.
On the stream. So if I hit call right now on your phone, it will show.
Don't you dare.
All right, fine. I won't. But that seems hard to believe. Somebody said I didn't see it. You see? Look, it's fine. It's fine. Angie
Shut
told you to see it. She said she didn't see it at all. That's all right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see what kind of damage I just did, and I'll dox more people as the day goes on. That's on the way. Plus, something that a man did in a restaurant, and I want you guys to tell me if you think that this is okay or if this is really, really bad behavior. You let me know what you think, and we'll get to that because it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the show.
This report is sponsored by Top Shelf Country Cruise. 7 days. Today's hottest country artists. See performances by Riley Green, Chris Young, Lauren Elena, and Randy Hauser. Intimate shows, exclusive experiences, key memories. One unforgettable vacation.
What's busy? You guys, don't bother him.
He has helped plenty of our listeners, plenty of our coworkers, plenty of our friends and family get into houses. When you got that first quote, they said, hey, that mortgage guy, Don, help me out. You go to the website, thatmortgaguyDon.com, go to the Fair Quote Calculator. Submit it. It's so easy. You can even do it on your phone. And Don will review it with you and tell you if you're leaving money on the table. Hit him up today at thatmortgaguyDon.com. Don't miss the boat and pay your off.
Hold on. Oh, God. Okay, that's outgoing. Okay. Okay, that's when it's outgoing? Stand by, Coderino fixing the doxing feature. Oh, hey, my mic is not supposed to be on. Coderino fixing the doxing feature. Too advanced for our current setup. Okay. All right, I'm working on that right now. How are we, everybody? Did I make a huge mistake? Yes or no, chat? Give me a Y in chat if I made a huge mistake, an N in chat if I did not make a huge mistake. 100% yes? I'm seeing mostly no's. Yeah, mostly no's so far. It looks like everybody is saying I did not make a mistake. Yeah, I don't see any yeses at all, actually. See, no, there's always some rough patches with new technology. Yes. The spider curse was not lifted. Oh, that's so true. Damn it, man. Hang on, I'm fixing. Did I dox him? Oh, no. Oh, no, his phone is blowing up now. Oh, no. No. Okay, I'm going to mute the box. That's how I could fix this temporarily. Actually, I can't do that. Shoot! Oh, we're coming back. Oh, God. Yes, let's do it. Yeah, yeah. What am I watching? Ooh, I'd like to see that. Oh, that's cool. Nice.
Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is
We'll deal with that momentarily. Hey, you can learn more about this show, and all you have to do is go over to the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com. I've accidentally doxed my son on the show. I did that. I made a mistake, and I thought C-Lane was like, you put your son's number out there, and I said, no, I don't think it could have been that bad. And then I looked, and he sent me a screenshot, and I did. I just have to confess that, that was an issue. But I wanted to call him to see if he would pay a ransom for me, because we were talking about the Nancy Guthrie situation. And if I call him again, it's just going to dox him again. But my theory on this is I've already put his information out there once. Why does it even matter if you do it again? You can't be double doxed by releasing your son's phone number twice. The one time is the time, and then after that, it's just like, okay, right?
I mean, I would disagree.
Why?
Just because now, even you're putting even more spotlight on it.
I'm not putting any more spotlight on it. I'm saying forget about that. Here's what I'm doing. I'll put the spotlight on something totally different. I got a story coming up that's going to knock your socks off, and it'll make you forget all about the stuff that happened previously. I got that going on, and we're going to work that into the show here. But let's just be real. It's already happened. We might as well just do it again, right? Is there any reason?
Why not? Sure, yes.
No. Can you mute the box real quick? Just hit the mute on OBS for the box. Can you do that?
Yeah, hang on one second here.
I
don't ever go in this because I don't
mean to be ruining your weekend.
I trust the Coderino here.
Every once in a while.
Not anymore.
The great Coderino makes a mistake-erino. That's what they said.
That's what they call it?
Yeah, today is one of those days, unfortunately. But I wanted
logging in it's called the box?
Yeah, the box. Yeah, just mute
the box
that.
Is off.
It's off? Okay, just for now. So let me see. I think this is Now I'm just
That
doing
was
it in
too
a different
close.
way. Yeah. All right, let me see. You just call him.
Does he know that you did the thing?
What thing? No, we're not going to tell him about that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Hello?
Hey.
Hey, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, you're on the air, so don't say anything bad. Just for the record.
Okay.
I just want you to know I love you, and I would never do anything to show the audience any private information about you or like dox you or put your phone number out there. Or I just want you to know I would never do anything like that.
On purpose.
All right?
Why are you saying that?
Here's the thing. C-Lane put
No,
your phone
no,
number on the screen.
I did not. No.
I had nothing to do with this. And I just want to apologize for what C-Lane has done. And if anybody
100%
texts
not
you
me.
or bothers you, I apologize profusely. If we have to get you a new phone number, I will get you a new phone number. But I just wanted to put that out there. Okay? I apologize.
Why wouldn't C-Lane apologize?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because C-Lane didn't do anything.
I think that's a really good question, actually. I think it's
somebody
a good question.
wrote some software that he was so proud of, his little phone line, and one of the unfortunate bugs in the software
It's a feature.
Was that? Oh, is it a feature, Sean?
It's a feature. Yeah, it's the phone reveal feature.
The docs
it just
feature?
happened to reveal Dylan's phone number, my son's phone number, on the actual stream. But I've
Would
told.
you have programmed that feature if I hadn't broken so many phones?
Revenge was not in mind. I was not at all trying to get any revenge on you in the slightest. But again, let me go back to I love you. You're awesome. And I just wanted to say we were talking about the case. This new note came out in the Savannah Guthrie situation with her mom, and it looks like they knew that they had her mother, and that they were going to kill her mother if they didn't pay up. And I wanted to know if somebody stole me, kidnapped me, adult napped me, as it were, and that person said, Dylan, you have to pay this amount of money or we're going to kill your dad. Would you pay that amount of money?
I would. I'd probably need access to your assets, but I mean, I would get them whatever they ask for.
Okay. I really appreciate that. And this is nice, right? Like, we love each other here. Things are going well. And we know when we look back on this.
Like right now, why are you asking me all this? Like they have my phone number. Kidnapped?
I'm not. You think I'm kidnapped right now? I'm not kidnapped right now.
Out of context, Dylan just gets this random call from a toll-free hotline, and he hears all this stuff from you. Maybe I would think like, hey, is this now? Are you kidnapped now?
I'm not kidnapped.
Just doing my due diligence.
Okay.
And if you are kidnapped, why is C-Lane there and Josh?
I want to be. I want to be as clear as possible. I'm not currently kidnapped, but you would pay the money to try to save my life, right?
Theoretically.
What do you mean theoretically? Why not just yes? I would pay the money to save your life too.
In a perfect world, I would, but in practice, that doesn't always happen.
Now, here's the thing. I also just said I would pay any amount of money to get you back, and then gave out your phone number. So I do want to point out that that's probably bad. That is probably a bad thing that those things happen in that order. So let's just go back to what we're going to remember about this. I love you, and I hope you have a great day.
All right, love you too.
Okay, all right, there it goes. Boy. He said he would pay the money. So, I mean, that shows how amazing of a father I am.
What a day.
I told you.
He said he would pay your money.
Well, actually, yeah. Hold on. I should have asked him if he would pay his money. He's like, I would be very generous with your money. That's all right. You can put the box back on, Celine. You can put the box back on.
Oh, Dylan's number's on.
No, I want to see because the great Coderino has put through a fix. I want to test that the fix worked, so I'm gonna call you to see if it displays your number. Are you okay with that?
Sure.
Let's call 911.
No, I'm not confident on that. I'm not gonna do it.
Do it.
Hold on.
I can get rid of it.
No, because it's going to show your number.
It will not.
It's on you. That's you.
Nothing's showing up.
Okay, good. All right, good. So did you fix it or?
Below, you've reached C lane, and either I cannot.
What was that? Is that what your phone does?
It's his voicemail.
Why does it sound like that?
I don't know.
Hello, you've reached
Oh, you
C
changed your
lane.
number in the system,
No,
didn't you?
I didn't.
You didn't? What was that person? What?
It was me. It said you've reached C lane. What do you think?
All right, that did not sound like you. Okay, hold on. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to you. Your feedback is coming in. Send your dispatches over on thenewsjunkie.com. Didn't you guys think that sounded weird? You didn't think okay.
What was weird about it?
Listen. Tell me, this doesn't sound like C lane. This sounds C lane's been kidnapped. If anything.
Below, you've reached C lane, and either I cannot come to the phone, or I'm enjoying the wonders of caller ID. Please leave a message, and I'll get back to you.
One step away from George Costanza's outgoing message. Believe it or not, George isn't at home.
Leave a message at the beep.
All right, I don't know what's happening around here. We're going to take a quick break and get back to the professional broadcasting when we return. We got to pick a side on the way. We have a lot coming up. Don't miss anything. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by...
Oh, boy. I have made some mistakes today. Hey, everybody. How are you? How you doing? Hey, TNJ chat, YouTube. Hey, Dylan. Dylan, don't rewind to the show at all. Don't go back to any of that, please. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Twitch. Folks on YouTube, if you don't mind, if you enjoy the show even 1% out of 100, just show that love by hitting the like button on the video right now. Hit like on the stream. That helps spread the word. Not mistakes, happy accidents. I mean, this does look, as somebody pointed out, like the spider curse may still be lingering a little bit in the studio. Ain't that something? Okay, I got to add one of these segments to Weekend Edition. I think it was the second one. Right, Weekend Edition 12. What was that? What was that segment about? Nancy Guthrie? Yeah, okay, that's what that was. Nancy Guthrie, new info.
Tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show. Be on the lookout for the Real Radio Street Team.
2 minutes and we're back live, everybody.
Early, on time, full lane, just get there safely. A message from the Florida Department of Transportation, Star Conservative.
90 seconds. Sorry, juggling a lot of things right now.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to go. Because Ranger delivers the industrial grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment clean. With
fish, you should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Hey, you're moving better than you were last week. Definitely. Metamucil keeps you moving. These days, a double evaluated recommended nutrition is promised not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMode.com.
Oh, we're coming back.
This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMode.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Preset. Preset. That's preset. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is the
in the world's most viral newsroom, and you can learn more about this show. If it's your first time, go peek at the website to see what you're dealing with here. That's at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get into your feedback, your dispatches. That's what we call them. That's how you can send some thoughts into the show, video or audio dispatches played back on the show, or your emails, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Very quickly, though, I want to get your thoughts on this. I wouldn't call this a pick a side, which is a feature that we do on the show, but I want to see if this is normal behavior, if we approve of this or not. There's a post that's going viral online. And this is not really news related. I was confused by it, so I wanted to bring it up before we do get into the next story. This woman said, "Today I went out to lunch with my dad and his friends. Before ordering, they walked around looking at what everyone else in the restaurant was eating so that they could make an informed decision." And she shows her father and his friends as they went out to lunch.
That is so old guy.
And I thought, I've never heard of this, C-Lane. Is food browsing okay? Like, most places don't have any pictures on the menu. If you go into a restaurant, is it okay to walk around to the other tables and take a look at what people are eating?
I mean, I think people do a version of this without walking around. Like, you can sort of just scan, and maybe once in a while, if you see something go by, maybe you can go, "Oh, what's that? What was that thing that they just got?" I think it's more. It's probably more acceptable to ask the server, like, "Hey, that thing over there looks good. What is that they're eating?" But when you're walking around and you're like, it's almost like you're getting in people's business.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but what if you want to see what the food looks like? I'm not saying that you just take a glance as it goes by. Everybody does that. That's what fajitas are based on, basically.
That's how they sell fajitas, yeah.
They sell them
Can't
with
say
the
fajitas
sizzle.
and not want fajitas.
That's true. You guys both know this, but the deal is, if I go into a restaurant, I've never done this before, but I'm kind of tempted to now. If I get up and walk around the busy restaurant and just take a look at what everybody else has on their plates, now I know what looks the best. Some of you are saying this is kind of rude, though. Is it really? How is it really?
People are going to feel judged immediately if you're standing there going,
It seems snoopy.
Well, Josh, I didn't say that I was going to be rude about it. I'm just going to look at each table and go, all right. Well,
yeah,
all
but
right.
if you're silently walking around and going, all right, that's what the Reuben looks like. That feels
Exactly.
weird if you're the person eating the Reuben.
I wouldn't take offense to it. People do this kind of stuff all the time. I see it all the time when you get up. This guy goes out with his buds. They're all old dudes, and they look at everybody else's food, and that's how you get the qualified intel to know what to order on the menu.
If I went out to dinner with my dad, and we sat down at the table and then ordered drinks, and then they're like, all right, well, I'll give you a minute to peruse the menu. and my dad got up and walked around the entire restaurant to see what people were eating, I would be embarrassed.
That's weird, says X-Swimmer. Just walk around and look, but don't walk up to somebody's table. You got to get a good look at the food, though. It's like I agree with TDG, who says nobody has any idea what you're doing. You're just doing reconnaissance. Yeah, you're like
Old
they
Jason
don't know
Bourne over here.
People don't do reconnaissance in restaurants unless they're weirdos or they're Jason Bourne.
But shouldn't they? That is the literal. We eat with our eyes. It's a literal thing that we do.
Well, then don't eat other people's food
with your eyes.
I think you go around, you take a little peek, and you go, "Damn, I wasn't going to get the pancakes, but the pancakes look really good. They don't have any pictures on the menu, and like I like what you ordered there." I think that is a fair thing to do. Let us know if you do this, or if you think that it's a rude thing to do. But I think it's kind of genius in a way. It's a smart idea, actually, if you're not familiar with what a place has. Give us your thoughts on food browsing over at thenewsjunkie.com.
Riveting content.
Send us a dispatch about
front
food
of the
browsing.
line about your food browsing dispatches.
I'll get into the serious stuff now. We've got all kinds of real news, but I did want to put that out there at least. I wanted people to know what was going on. We've been talking about, on a serious note, the flock cameras that are all around the country. And Celine, how would you sum up what a flock camera is to somebody who hasn't heard any of our discussion?
It's a camera that sits in a stationary location and it records mostly your license plate when you go by and what time you went by, what time of the day, what day, that kind of stuff. And it also seems to, we've just learned, also kind of record some identifying features of your car, like if you have certain bumper stickers, if you have if you're a Steelers fan, you got your Steelers bumper sticker. It puts that stuff on there too. But it's basically just a stationary recording of all of the cars that go by this camera and when.
Yeah, and I think that's a pretty accurate description of what we've been talking about.
When you take thousands of these flock cameras and put them all over the place.
Yeah.
It's now a way to mine all that data and follow you around.
Well, so Josh, you weren't here, but we went to this. What was the website, Celine, that we were looking at?
Deflock.org.
Deflock.org.
All right.
And we went to the website, and it shows you there's like over 100,000 of these flock cameras. They're owned by companies like maybe like a Lowe's or different stores and stuff, to track what's going on in their parking lot in their stores. And this one website tracks all of them. And they said, people could get upset because the police could use this technology in the wrong way.
Now, companies are able to buy these flock cameras like for their own use. Like you mentioned Lowe's. My Lowe's has like 4 flock cameras in the parking lot.
Yeah.
But it's up to the company that buys the camera whether or not they want to always share this data with the police, or only when something goes wrong they can go, hey, we have had some big things get stolen around this time. Here's a window of access to our flock camera so you can see everybody that's been around there.
So I had some issues with this, and then I thought there were some people saying, hey, the website maps out where these are, and Celine even said the website will tell you how to get to your destination, avoiding all of the flock cameras.
Yes.
Or it'll give you a GPS route that makes sure no cameras capture where you're going, which I said that also could be used for nefarious purposes. But at no point during
more nefarious purposes.
At no point during this discussion did I think I was Antifa. All right, I did not think that was the case. But here's the CEO of the flock company talking about all of this, the discussion that we had about this, the website that chronicles where all the cameras are and puts them on a map and stuff. Here's the CEO of Flock.
You've got organizations like the ACLU and the EFF who take an above-the-board approach to fight for their point of view. And thankfully, we live in a beautifully democratic, capitalistic country where we can fight in court. And I have a lot of respect for those groups because they have reasonable debates and we follow the law. And then, unfortunately, there's terroristic organizations like DFLOC, whose primary motivation is chaos. They are closer to Antifa than they are anything else. And that, I think, is unfortunate because we don't want chaos.
I don't think that's true.
He's saying the website that we're reviewing is a terror. He called them terrorists.
Yeah, terrorizing his bottom line.
Yeah, terrorizing your job, buddy.
He called them terrorists, and he said that they're closer to Antifa than anything else. I don't like Antifa, but I don't think these people are terrorists for having a website that shows where all the Flock security cameras are. He's saying they don't want chaos. I think if you do a fair reading into what they're doing, it seems like they want to protect people's privacy more than anything else. That's at least what I'm taking from this. But like, I'll go back. I mean, he pretty clearly said, he's like, they're terroristic, I think.
They have reasonable debates, and we follow the law. And then, unfortunately, there's terroristic organizations.
Terroristic.
Like DFLOC.
He moves
His
like an
primary
animatronic.
motivation is chaos.
He does.
They are closer to Antifa than they are anything else. And that, I think, is unfortunate. Because we don't want chaos, or I don't want chaos. I like law and order.
Well, isn't it, bro?
I
You can't
love
do
surveillance
that.
states.
You can't do that. If you're putting yourself out there and you're like, I like law and order and I like this and that, and the other people are terrorists. Like, no, maybe they just disagree with utilizing these cameras and all the information out there. Maybe they see, like, I mean, in fact, in one county, Central Florida County, Sumter County, Florida, a sheriff's office detective has been arrested and terminated after investigators say she improperly accessed multiple law enforcement databases for personal reasons. In a statement released Thursday of this week, sheriff's officials said an internal audit found improper and unlawful use of agency database systems to monitor an individual. It was some guy she was with, her husband's ex-wife, right? Her husband's ex-wife. She's looking into using the Flock system. So the cop was using the Flock system to track his husband's ex-wife and get into what was going on in her life, where she was, tracking all these things. That is improper use of this system. That is something that people are rightfully upset about. And that entire county has suspended the use of Flock cameras as a result of it. That's not terrorism. That's not Antifa. That's just like somebody has a different view of the Fourth Amendment than you do. That's what it looks like to me, at least. I don't know. That seems weird. This is the CEO, though, of this company.
Because society has a bedrock of safety. So for those groups, I think it's just disappointing that they haven't chosen a more constructive mannerism to try to get what they want, which they have a right to have. But that's why we have a democratically elected process, right? Like we're not forcing Flock on anyone. Elected officials know that as a
What
community.
are you talking about?
Yeah, hold on. You literally can't say that. I'm not forcing Flock on anyone. Yeah, you are. The Flock technology, by its own nature, takes information from people who have done nothing wrong. 99.9999999% of them have done nothing wrong. You are forcing their participation by chronicling their information.
And if you really are saying you're not forcing Flock on anybody, well, then to avoid Flock, you have to use this so-called terrorist organization, DFLOC, these Antifa websites,
right,
to avoid your product.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
This guy's a loon.
We have a
he's
caller
money
on.
motivated.
If I take this caller, will we dox them? I don't want to
No,
dox
because it's
anybody
their
else.
name. No. It says their name.
Davis, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What do you want? What's going on?
I just wanted to tell you more about the Flock cameras and stuff like that.
Okay, tell me what's up.
So the CEO actually has come out and said that people that have Flock cameras don't even know what generation they're on, and some of them now also have Bluetooth readers that will Bluetooth and net all of your phones and stuff to track people as they go through them, as well as there's also other cases with these Flock cameras. I believe it was down in Miami Beach where she was working on a film set, and an officer pulled her over and basically was trying to.
Is this like the hot woman? Yeah, like the cop saw some woman, he thought she was pretty, and then he was like trying to kind of stalk her with the Flock system.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was also another woman that had been arrested for, I believe, a murder, or that she was they thought she was in a murder, but she had nothing to do with it. Something similar to that.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of legit concerns here that don't, to me, seem like terrorism or, some sort of Antifa type thing. So I don't get that at all. That just seems like a way to dismiss your critics by calling them terrorists. But let us know what you think. Send a dispatch. A lot of them are coming through over on the website at thenewsjunkie.com. In fact, we'll work in one
Guy
right
needs like
here.
an update on what terrorism is. Like, what is
All right.
terror?
Like terrorism is disagreeing with my company, right? Like what? Deflock.org just seems like a website where people are able to show where all these cameras are. It doesn't shut down the cameras. It doesn't do anything else that seems that bad
it's
to
the
me.
closest thing to Antifa than it is anything else.
I guess so. Let's do one more thing. Here's Insecure Walrus.
There's a YouTuber named Ben Jordan. He's kind of I don't know what you call him. He does some hacking stuff. He does some like documentary stuff. He's had a pretty good campaign for the last year looking at these flock cameras. And it's amazing how terrible they are from an IT perspective. They're not encrypted. Most of them have like default passwords set up. If you can just find IP addresses, you can do like MAC address searches, all this kind of stuff. And they're not just LPRs out on streets. They're in buildings. They're in businesses. He found one in like a kids gymnastics facility that was owned by a city government that almost anybody could log into if they were just had a little bit of hacking skills. It's real weird how terrible
That's
they are.
concerning, right?
And who has access to them. It's not just police. It's a lot of times people in city government, and they do facial tracking and things like that. It's not just LPRs. And so it's really kind of strange.
All right. Thank you for your input. Appreciate that. You can join us with the dispatch on the show. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com to send yours now. And if you want to weigh in on the food browsing, we're allowing that too. I just want to put that out there.
Front of the line, baby.
And if you agree with food browsing, you're a terrorist.
Yeah. I mean, well, no, I don't. I don't think that. I think if you agree with terrorism, you're a terrorist. That's where I'm at on that topic for now.
If you're walking around looking at everybody's food, you're the closest thing to antipasta.
One more now. Somebody's mad about the Powerball stuff. Here's Staten Island Rob.
Hey, Sean C. Lane. Thank you for informing me about Powerball going international. I don't know why there wasn't any advertisements about this anywhere. I didn't find out about it till you spoke about it on the radio show, and it makes me livid. And I would like to start a lawsuit against the Powerball because there was over $500 million in that account. And now, as of the 22nd, like you said, they're letting Great Britain residents participate in our Powerball.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be allowed to.
Agreed.
And I am livid about it. And I'm sure there's lots of other Americans that feel the same exact way because I feel it's fraud by not advertising it, because I would have stopped playing Powerball immediately.
Me too.
I'd like to know what you think, Sean. Please let me know. Other listeners, let me know. Speak up. Love the show. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
I'm not going to take it anymore. I've had enough of this nonsense. Between this and the anti-food browsing people in restaurants, we have a serious problem on our hands. And if we don't shut down the terrorists will win. That's all I'm saying about this, okay? That's all I'm saying about this. You're welcome to join us on the show today. We hope we hear from you at some point in time.
Real passionate folks out there today.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Nothing, no.
I should listen to that guy all day.
They should have advertised, Sean. Why didn't they advertise?
Quick break.
There should be billboards on every street corner saying that the Great Britain residents can buy the Powerball.
Somebody said he sounds better than the TTS New York mobster.
Yeah, he does. 100% does.
True. All right, quick break. When we come back, I don't know if we have time for a pick aside here. We might have to do it after This Week in Florida, but I got a really, really good one for today's show, and I want to see what everybody thinks about it. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Jim Colbert Show. Out of context.
I can't believe that you called me out for teabagging. Because, I mean...
Hello. All right, I just got to fix something.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation.
Conservation Commission. Wearing a life jacket is one of the most important decisions you can make on the water. Today's options are more comfortable and convenient than ever, no matter what you're doing. Stay safe, stay comfortable. Wear it, Florida. Learn more at
Okay.
fwc.com.
All right, I think I fixed the doxing problem. All right, we're good. We are good. The haters were wrong. I never thought to look at other people's dishes that aren't at my table. Okay. You never thought of food browsing until today. Now that you know about food browsing, do you approve or do you disapprove of food browsing? That's the art of going into a restaurant, wandering around and looking at what everybody else is eating, and then now you know what your options are. Or do you think, like some of the other chat people, that it's rude? Cyclonisk, I'm going to give you a shout out when we come back. I want to thank you so much for your gifted subscriptions. The support means a lot. You too can support the show. All you need to do is go over to thenewsjunkie.com, hit that gift icon, presto bango. You could support the show just like that. About 25 of those left. I haven't mentioned them. Okay. That old guy knows what a country fried steak looks like. No need to wander around the restaurant. Snoop Frog says, I do that. I get up and I go around to each table. Bird Nerd says, can we get a Presto Bango magnet? One thing at a time. I have to do a back on a plane sticker. Next week, a back on a plane sticker. Don't forget, we have a lot of options for you. If you subscribe, you get a gift. One of the merch options that we have, you'll get it right after you check out when you subscribe to a premium account, unlocking secret shows. And if you are already subscribed, you can gift subscriptions to get access to this stuff as well. That's why Arby's has a new Philly sandwich. I didn't think that Philly looked that bad. Controversial take, maybe. I didn't think that Philly from Arby's looked that bad. The guy didn't like it, but I kind of thought it looked all right. Who is? So that Miami thing was like, maybe they were trying to get attention or something? All right, we'll have to talk about that. LeBron James going to the 76ers. Breaking news. LeBron James headed to the 76ers, not the Miami Heat. People thought that because of a slip up on the Miami Heat YouTube, that it was revealing that the Heat might be pulling in LeBron James as he's leaving the Lakers. But no, he's going to the 76ers. Who's LeBron James? He's a Amazon delivery guy. All right, question for you, chat. You ready? Let's clear things up here. Let's focus. Let's focus. A lot of things going on a Friday. Let's focus. There is apparently something that has started to become a bit of a trend on flights recently. And it's become popular in various religious communities. Now, they've been promoting this internally as a good way in 2026 to spread the word about God. And they know that when they're on a plane with you, they have a captive audience. So on various flights in the United States and around the world, people are now taken to standing up and preaching during the flight. So they will stand up, they have a captive audience, and they'll say, if you don't mind, folks, for the next several minutes, I'm going to tell you about the Word of God and God's impact on my life. And these airline preachers are really starting to get to more and more people. How do you feel about this? What would you do if this happened on a flight you were on? The story that we're going to get into next is from the Washington Post, and it says preachers are turning planes into their pulpits. And they talk about these folks who just stand up to small crowds on airplanes and start talking about religion. Start trying to convince you to convert to their religion on a flight. Are you okay with that? Is it their right to do this? Is it fine? It's just it's a message from a religious person trying to help people out. Or Ardennis says, F that noise, that's how you get a punch in the throat. Various perspectives. All right, here we go. We're coming back in a moment.
Is it the emotion, the spectacle, the escapism? On Raiders of the Lost podcast, we explore cinema like no one else, including huge interviews with stars like Ryan Gosling on Project Hail Mary.
It was like the Jaws shark. Didn't always work, came with its own problems. That's what made it great. The heart of the movie is Rocky and Grace, and their friendship is hard-earned.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Raiders of the Lost podcast, and listen now.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Reese Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Preset. Preset. That's preset. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is the...
We got you here in the world's most viral newsroom. You've now stumbled on a show that I think you're going to like, or at least I hope so. Learn more about The News Junkie over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. I didn't expect this would be like a controversial topic at all when we originally brought it up, but it has prompted a lot of discussion, actually, this food browsing thing, and whether it's right or wrong to do it. And Courtney even texted, she said, food browsing at a food festival or a fair is 100% okay, and it's even okay to ask questions like, hey, where did you get that from?
Yeah, but this is a restaurant.
If you go to a restaurant, though, it's kind of like a food fair, and there's a variety of different items on the menu at the restaurant. If you missed our discussion on this,
it's actually a pretty stupid question if you say, where did you get that from?
Well, that's a stupid question in that circumstance, but I think it's actually kind of genius. Josh thinks it's rude, I think.
Yes.
C-Lane thinks it's rude.
I think it's weird. I don't think it's necessarily rude. I just think you're like weirding people out and making them uncomfortable by just walking around and looking at everything everybody's eating.
They're not going to be uncomfortable. Not if you do it right. Like if you're a weirdo about it, if you're walking around like a predator or something, they will be.
How do you do it not like a weirdo?
Like you go, kind of sidle up to the table and you go, hey, folks, hope your dinner's going well. I just want to say some of these dishes look delicious. I'm considering a couple of different items. And as I've been food browsing in the restaurant, looking at what everybody else ordered, some of your dishes look the best. Are they good? Should I get what you guys got? What do you think, folks? Huh? It's not awkward. I'm food browsing. Sure. I'm looking at people's actual plates. I'm trying to see if I want the item that they have.
Explaining is losing.
I don't think so. I think explaining is telling people about a brand new thing. This is a brand new thing. We introduce people to new things all the time. Sometimes people like them. Sometimes people don't. Like I've got another one for you. We'll talk about food browsing, which I do think is kind of a genius idea. All right. You browse, look what everybody else ordered in the restaurant, and then you utilize that as your way of ordering what you think you're going to enjoy that day off the menu. Now, there's something else that I wanted to talk about. And this is from the Washington Post. Let me see if I can bring this up here in front of me. This is one that I think people are going to be a little more divided on. But it looks like in the religious world, there's a new, tactic, I guess I would say, to try to win over people and preach the gospel and spread the word of your God. And one of the ways they're taking to do this in a new world with all sorts of distractions is now people are saying, hey, when I'm on a flight with a bunch of strangers, I have a captive audience.
No, absolutely not.
You guys are not for anything. You are not for anything.
Leave me alone.
They
That's
are
all
saying...
I want.
This says, here's the headline from the Washington Post. Evangelists say they are heeding a biblical command to preach on flights. In-flight evangelists have preached sermons and busted out guitars in recent years. Some travelers do not like this, saying they can't even
Sean,
walk away.
You would hate this.
Maybe not. I'm just, it's
you
a
would
new
hate
idea.
this. You don't like when they let a little girl sing Frozen on board the airplane.
In my defense, that girl sucked. She was not good at all. That was the problem with that. If she was nailing
hear her
it
again?
good.
I have her right here.
Do you?
Yeah.
What a shocker, what a surprise. It's a tough story as long as it flies. This next clip is wild and insane. And as you might have guessed, we're back on a plane.
There you go, bud. Right there. That is for you.
What's that? Your IQ?
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's
Classic.
for you. Yes, this is a plane-related story on the show. I talk about things like that from time to time, but this is a brand new thing. This is what these folks are starting to do.
Needs to be an old thing, quick.
They're standing up on flights and spreading the gospel. You know, whatever their religion is, there's lots of different religions out there. And they say, I've got all of these people sitting on this plane with me. We're not really doing anything. We might as well spread the gospel to them. And they'll stand up on the plane and they'll go, folks, for the next couple of minutes, I'm going to tell you about the Word of God. And I want you to just take it in. And God has changed my life, and I want God to change yours as well.
Josh, in your multiple trips to New York City, you ever encountered a subway rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah, where they wait till the doors shut.
Yep.
And then they're like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Subway Rapper. And I'm just gonna,
what a great name for him.
I'm going to spit a couple bars, and if you like what you hear, I'm going to come around with my hat, and you can't do anything about it because you're stuck in a subway underground, and there's no escape.
What's better, being on a subway with no rapper or being on a subway with a rapper?
Being on a subway with no rapper.
Easy.
Being on a plane with no evangelist or being on a plane with an evangelist?
No evangelist.
You guys seem like your mind is really made up on
It
this.
is.
People are saying
I'm
I would
firm.
boo them. You guys would boo them? What if somebody gets up and they go, ladies and gentlemen, free entertainment on this flight. I'm going to sing Our God is an Awesome God on my ukulele that I brought along with me. And
so now not only am I being preached to on a plane, but I'll never be able to get that song out of my head.
Yeah, it's a banger song.
It is kind of a banger.
It is
I'll
an
give you that.
earworm.
Yeah, so this is what they're doing now. Let us know what you think about that. Would you be okay with that on your flight if somebody stood up and they started preaching on the flight? Because everybody is like a captive audience on your plane.
Wisdom, power, and love of God is an awesome God. All right, I'm on board now.
This is all backfiring on me. All right, let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. That happens quite a bit. It really does. And a lot of people in the religious world are saying it's the smartest way to bring in new converts to your religion.
Sure.
BDMX Con says you're allowed, but break out the communion wine.
Yeah, all right. Maybe you could sweeten the pot a little bit, and you'd say, folks, I know this is annoying, so I'm going to give you all a little something. Like, here's a tract, like you give them a gift. You give them a gift of some sort because you know that you're inconveniencing them on the flight that they paid for, but you're also trying to, in your mind, better their lives, right? To try to save somebody's soul is it's a nice thing if you actually believe in all of that stuff. I don't like being rude to people, but I'd make an exception for them. Wow, come on. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go over well in most cases, but some of you might be okay with it. Maybe it changes somebody's mind. Speaking of flights, I might as well get this other airplane story out of the way. There was a flight diverted to JFK in New York after 2 flight attendants were injured. The turbulence was so bad that they were injured. I think I've got the air traffic control audio here.
American 174 Heavy, sir. Just when able, just the nature of the medical emergency, also your gate information, and the gender of the passenger.
Okay, stand by on the gate, and we have 2 flight attendants.
And the gender of the passenger?
Yeah.
2 flight attendants injured due to turbulence. Roger, sir.
Parks Good Even Delta T64
Yeah,
Heavy.
2 flight attendants injured because the turbulence was so bad on this flight. They ended up being okay, but out of nowhere, the plane just jolted upward, and several of the people on the plane were actually injured, including 2 of those flight attendants. So not a good time on that flight this week. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch or an email to the show. Email is tips, T-I-P-S, @thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. When we come back, we got the hot sheet with C-Lane. After that, This Week in Florida, and then a pick-a-side that is maybe one of the more interesting ones we've done in a couple of weeks here. Wait until you hear this clip. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's the Orlando Shine Show with Brendan and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner on this Friday with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Well, we've got an overall dry and hot day today. It's going to be muggy, but not very stormy. Kind of a continuation of this unusual break in our typical rainy afternoons in July. That pattern, though, reestablishes late this weekend into next week with a very busy weather setup with lots of storms. 96 will be the high today, 30% chance of rain.
Hey, everybody. Welcome behind the scenes. Commercials be damned. You support us, we support you. Speaking of support, take a look at that. Thank you to Wildfire 98 for the gifted subscription. God bless your soul. Can I tell you guys about the Word of God? They should have had an evangelist on board that flight. True. That would have changed the whole thing. All right, let's see if we got any exclusives for you. You streaming folk. Here we go. Burger King, yeah, that's right. I said it. Burger King is going to offer free Whoppers if your order comes out wrong with the new Whopper guarantee. Burger King has announced if you go to Burger King and the iconic Whopper doesn't meet a guest's expectations, the brand will not only continue to remake it on the spot, but they'll give you your next Whopper for free. They said if you go and your Whopper doesn't look good or they screw anything up, they will fix your Whopper and give you another one for free. Unsatisfied guests can scan a QR code inside their Whopper box to receive a 6-digit code redeemable for a free classic Whopper. Nobody will take advantage of that, right? You look at your Whopper, you see something wrong, you scan it, you get a code, you get another free Whopper. Free Whopper hack. What if they make the Whopper wrong? Then you get another one. You get another one and another. It's the infinite Whopper glitch. Yeah, you can really utilize that to eat free for the rest of your life. 2 minutes and we're back. People are going to abuse that? Probably. Here's the one we spit on for free. Kurt says, I went to go get the new Whopper a while back. It was meh. She forgot 2 toppings completely. If that happened to you now, Kurt, that means that they would immediately fix your Whopper to give you a correct one. And then you scan a thing and you get another Whopper for free. I mean, that's kind of nice. But I do think people are going to take advantage of that. Sun State John, how you doing? How's the eyeball? How's the eye? I saw the email you sent yesterday, but I don't know enough about what's going on. I don't know what's happening there. There was some sort of drama afoot, but I couldn't tell I don't know what to do. I hope all is well. My God, what happened? Buy one Whopper, get one free anyway? True. That should turn around your day. Whoppers are big as hell, too. You know, like some of you guys are sleeping on it. Like a Whopper is about this big. It's like a Frisbee. It's a big-ass burger. All right, we're coming back right now with a hot sheet. Stand by.
Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Have you heard? Quantum Fiber from AT&T is offering a great deal on fast fiber internet. $55 a month for speed up to 1 gig. Find out more at quantumfiber.com. Seriously, grab this special deal now. Limited availability in select areas.
What if we told you Matt Damon was screaming on set to get his voice weather worn for The Odyssey? From the TikTok Podcast Network, Raiders of the Lost Podcast has the whole story about the biggest movies of the summer. Download the iHeartRadio app and search Raiders of the Lost Podcast now.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
We're cooking up today's lead stories. This is the News Junkie, Sean Wasson.
Stand by for that. Also, a lot to work in, including we have to finalize our Rate My Blank for the week, which was Rate My Magnets. And people were showing us their magnet collections. They were showing us where interesting places that they've put the News Junkie magnets. We'll resolve that and pick a winner before the end of the show. And they'll have a new challenge for you next week on the show with a Rate My Blank. Thank you all for participating in that. There's been some really, really great ones over time. Somebody says, is it just me or does Dylan, your son, sound like Josh a bit? You think Dylan and Josh sound the same? I don't know. I haven't really thought about that and compared
them. There's a joke
them.
in my boot.
Yeah, he said that. That was a good. He had a good line with that at the roast.
Funny guy.
If you missed that,
I like the John Cena of fathers.
Yeah, Ed emails the show. A lot of Eds today. A lot of Eds emailing. Another one does. 2 tips at thenewsjunkie.com. It says, I'm with you, Sean, on that Nancy Guthrie update. I would definitely pay the ransom. Imagine how Savannah would feel if the police found Nancy in some horrible way with another note saying, because you didn't pay, this is what happened. Then, as sad as it would be, Savannah Guthrie would have to report on her show because I didn't pay the ransom. They did so-and-so to my mother. So to save yourself unnecessary pain and anguish, just pay the money.
You think
don't
they
want
would
to go
make
through the rest of
Savannah
your life.
Guthrie report that on her own show?
Boy, that'd be brutal, wouldn't it? Like, here you go. Breaking news story coming in. You don't want to go through the rest of your life thinking that because you chose money over your mother. You got her done in. Thank you for the email. Appreciate that. And then very quickly, I want to thank Wildfire 98 with the gifted subscription, Texas Claudia with the 5 gifted subscriptions, and look at this, Cyclonus with 32.
Oh my gosh.
Gifted subscriptions. That's premium subscriptions for the show, unlocking the uncensored secret shows and giving you full access to the website, all of its features, and the News Junkie app. So thank you to Cyclonus. That's big support that keeps us rolling around here, and I appreciate that much. Right now, let's do the hot sheet.
Check the hot sheet. It's news, but not like real important news.
Best investigative reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet with C-Lane.
That's right. The top 5 stories in the nonsense news for a weekend, and it's brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. And we start with a so long, a farewell, a rest in peace to a very famous saxophone player.
No.
Oh, wow. You have 100% heard his work.
I have?
But you do not know his name.
Oh.
Now that he's dead, I'll tell you his name. Plaz Johnson. Plaz Johnson, the acclaimed saxophone player, died just 6 days short of his 95th birthday. His saxophone appeared on recordings by the Platters, Little Richard, Fats Domino, Nat King Cole, Sam Cooke, Ella Fitzgerald, Marvin Gaye, Dr. John, and the Beach Boys, just to name a few. But you know him from this recording right here.
Oh, is that Pink Panther?
Yes.
Wow, that is legendary,
His
too.
tenor saxophone slides into Henry Mancini's The Pink Panther theme with a low bluesy prowl giving the animated cat in the film's opening credits its cool, its mischief, and its unmistakable strut. The melody was part of popular culture, but the musician behind it spent much of his career outside of the spotlight. So rest in peace to Plas Johnson, who dies at 94.
That was crazy.
Also in the news, some little shakeups in the prison system with this guy.
Oh, Diddy.
Yeah, Diddy was involved in a prison fight, guys. He's still getting into a little bit of trouble. He got into a fight with a fellow inmate at his federal lockup in New Jersey, and after all the dust settled, found himself in solitary confinement.
No.
Multiple sources say Sean Diddy Combs went toe-to-toe with another inmate at FCI Fort Dix. Things got heated after the inmate dissed Diddy, who then decided to take matters into his own hands. The two got into a scuffle, started pushing each other and throwing jabs. They're told Diddy held his own during the brawl, which was quickly squashed by prison staff who separated both men. He was immediately...
Who leaked this, Diddy? Like, the news Diddy did very well with a solid left jab and 2 right hooks that really did the other inmate in, and he looked cool throwing them.
It says he was immediately tossed into solitary at Fort Dix. It's unclear if he's still there as of this morning, but he could be facing more long-term consequences. You see, he's slated to get out of prison in February of 2028. That assumes he earns credits for good behavior. However, if prison officials feel that this was bad behavior and he was in the wrong, he could be extending his stay in the pen. No actual official word from any reps at Fort Dix because the Federal Bureau of Prisons doesn't comment on disciplinary matters or other information regarding individual inmates due to privacy, safety, and security concerns. Now over to good guys in the music industry, because there are a few of them. And one of them that just stands out all the time is Weird Al Yankovic. I just think all around, Weird Al, a decent dude. And Weird Al made headlines this month for backing out of an ad for AI software, which he was getting a little bit of applause for. But now it turns out the musical satirist also turned down an offer worth at least $1 million to perform at the Riyadh Comedy Festival in Saudi Arabia last year.
He was invited to that controversial thing, too?
They tried to get Weird Al. Yankovic told the Pennsylvania publication Trib Live, "I wish people would offer me things I didn't feel bad about accepting. I don't think I've mentioned this anywhere." What?
I'm just picturing
it's just really funny.
A bunch of Saudi Arabian guys in their sheets, sitting around we need to get to Weird Al Yankovic.
I just a bunch of clerics. They love fat.
All of the things that I could think of them enjoying, I wouldn't have put Weird. It's very funny, very funny. Weird Al.
He makes the costumes. He wears them.
He's good.
I don't think I've mentioned this anywhere, but I was invited to the Riyadh Comedy Festival, says Yankovic, which is something I obviously did not want to do. They offered me, I'm not going to say how much, but it was 7 figures to do one show, which is way more than I've ever been offered in my life to do a show, but I just couldn't be part of that. He said, I'm not dissing anybody that took the money because I'm sure everybody that went there got a lot of money. I'm sure they had their own reasons and justification for doing it, but I'm doing enough that I don't need to take any amount of money if it makes me feel icky. And he said that kind of did.
Like Shane Gillis and Weird Al. It's very strange.
Did you imagine them hanging out backstage?
Divorce is terrible.
Is that part of why? I didn't even think of that. Forgot he was there.
Yeah.
Apple TV is saying goodbye to the morning show after season 5.
No.
Variety has learned it was like the very first show, that was an Apple TV original. It's an end of an era for them. That was one of the very first scripted original series for the platform. Apple initially gave it a 2-season order in 2017, 2 years before the streaming service officially launched, with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon attached in the lead roles. And, of course, a little Steve Carell action there before there wasn't any. But the sun is setting on the morning show. The 5th season and last season slated to debut in 2027. And last but not least, you guys watch Hot Ones at all? I go through phases where I'll watch a bunch of Hot Ones and then, just kind of to kill time, have something on. And then I can't believe this has never happened before. But Tom Holland is considering it a badge of honor to be the first person to puke on Hot Ones.
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of surprised that hasn't happened before.
Right?
Now
That you think about it, nobody has blown chunks on Hot Ones. But Tom Holland's made Hot Ones history by becoming the first guest to do exactly that after completing the infamous Hot Wing Challenge alongside the Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day co-star John Bernthal. After host Sean Evans revealed Holland was the first to get sick on the show, he embraced the milestone by declaring, "I love being the first," and Bernthal cheered him on with a "let's go." So, good for him
Let me tell you something.
Boot and rally. Is that what Tom Holland sounds like?
That's what John Bernthal says all the time.
Tom
Holland sounds like this.
Yeah. I don't really know. Where would I know John Bernthal from besides the things that I just mentioned?
Walking Dead, Shane.
I know that guy. Yeah.
Well, the weekend is here. It's time to see what's on the streaming services for your weekend. If you're a Big Bang Theory fan, there's a spinoff called Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, which follows the down-and-out comic book store owner from the original show. I don't know much about the original show. Was that a significant role worthy of a spinoff?
Apparently. It's no Young Sheldon.
What else? What are my other options?
Because, all right. If
that's all that's on TV this weekend.
If you're in a rom-com mood, Sean, Netflix's cheesy small-town Texas drama Ransom Canyon is back for more ranching and romance.
All right.
Season 2 of Ransom Canyon with Josh Duhamel, who I actually really like, and Minka Kelly, she's good too. Now, it is Shark Week, and what we do know about Shark Week is they will throw anything out there.
That's true.
Mostly chum.
There is, yes, they will chum the waters with damn near anything. I don't think anything in Shark Week gets a red light. It's all green lights for this. And if you like sharks and you like K-pop Demon Hunters, get ready.
I love K-pop Demon Hunters.
Kicking off
in Riyadh.
Kicking off Discovery's annual barrage of shark-focused content, K-pop Shark Heroes will be featuring the singing voice of Huntrix's Zoe and Ken Jeong, voice of the band's manager Bobby. You know Ken Jeong from plenty of other things. They're teaming up to celebrate the oft misunderstood creatures of the deep. K-pop Shark Heroes premieres in just a couple days on Discovery for Shark Week. Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu is streaming for people who are on Disney+. Masters of the Universe, if you're a He-Man fan, is streaming on Prime Video. Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day is now available for rental and purchase. And then they said the best of streaming this week, Jake Johnson and Mary Steenburgen team up in a pickleball comedy called The Dink.
All right.
About a former tennis phenom played by Jake Johnson and a divorcee seeking to find themselves in a new hobby. They have nothing in common, but need to see themselves in a new light. That'll be on Apple TV on Sunday. Hey, if you have a mortgage rate with a 7 or 8 in front of it, what are you doing besides wasting money? That Mortgage Guy Don wants to help you get into a refinance immediately because you're paying too much. You can get a free credit, get a quote with no hard credit inquiry today at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Yay!
Don't miss the boat, compare quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Thank you, C-Lane.
You're welcome.
A bit of stalling there. You know what else is this weekend? There's some documentary on Netflix called A Toxic Love Story.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one too.
Yeah. I don't know what the twist is, so don't spoil it for me out there. But I heard that there's like a good true crime docuseries, or I don't know if it's one-off or what it is, but A Toxic Love Story, which is out there. I think we're going to watch that this weekend.
There's a lot of that content on Netflix right now. They must have gotten some sort of jump in numbers for these, like, I'm dating the worst person, the worst divorce ever, the worst ex-girlfriend ever. There's
worst neighbor ever.
I mean, the worst neighbor ever things happening. Like the Neighbors show on HBO was really good, but something about Netflix and these really bad relationship dramas, like Married to a Murderer or something like that, where it's like they have seen a little bit of success here and they are running with it.
Yeah, it seems like that's the case. All right, quick break. When we come back, we got This Week in Florida, followed by a pick-a-side that is pretty explosive. Actually, we've got two different pick-a-sides for you before the end of Friday's show, and both of them are good, but one of them in particular is coming up in just a bit. So all that's on the way, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
That crash on Florida's Turnpike northbound near US 301, that's been moved off to the shoulder. Traffic's starting to move a little bit better now. All lanes are getting by. There's still some stop-and-go traffic near Okahumpka Service Plaza. 408 eastbound past the Greenway, there's a crash. Slowing down traffic there. I-4 westbound near Lake.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes. Man, oh man, do we got some good content in the next couple of hours on the show. I'm excited. Is Tom Holland the first person from a country that doesn't season their food? That might explain it. Maybe. I'll fix this. Boom. Interesting. Hang on. Phone number not showing on homepage. Okay. Maybe related to gift subscriptions that are available. Time for a work meeting. BRB. Well, good luck. Good luck in your meeting. I hope you don't get fired. See what else we have for you here. Okay, two things. One, I did not know this. Did you guys know that on your Prime Video, like if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, I am, you probably are. If you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, you can play games. You can play video games. I had no idea. Amazon wants your idle hands. This is from Morning Brew. The company fused its cloud gaming platform, Luna, with its streaming TV service yesterday, enabling Prime subscribers in the United States and the UK to play Hogwarts Legacy, EA Sports FC 26, and other video games for free straight through the Prime Video app on Fire TVs. So you could play Harry Potter and video games on your Prime TV app. I had no idea that that was possible. You might have already had access to these titles. Luna's standard library comes free with Prime, but nobody really knows about it. According to Amazon Games GM Jeff Gaddis, he wanted to add a games tab to the Prime Video app to solve the discoverability issue. Hello? How's what? Chompy's doing good. He hasn't messed up even once.
Good.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Are you a food browser?
Oh, I'm always looking at people's food.
You just walk around the restaurant and look at everybody's plate?
Yeah, I do.
No, it's nothing weird. I don't think it's that weird.
I mean, I don't like bend my neck or anything.
You just like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a drive-by.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Okay, be safe.
Almost done.
With the sending out the
No,
magnets?
I'm done with what I can do with that. I mean, with the work week.
With the work week? Oh, I know. Thank God, right?
Yeah.
Only a couple hours left. Okay, I love you. Bye. There she goes. Yep, and you can connect Bluetooth controllers to your Fire Stick as well. I had no idea we could do that. We use our phones as controllers? No, you could do that too? We got to talk about this real quick. How do people not know about this? I didn't know I could be playing like these are not some lame little like app game. This is like a significant game you could play. Like the Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy thing is a real legit game. Hang on.
Has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Radio 104.1. Home of the world famous Game of Magnets. This is the news.
Newsroom. This week in Florida is just a matter of minutes away. Seelan will take you on a tour of all the weird stuff that happened in Florida this week. Learn more about the show on the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com. Big thanks to everybody who is subscribing today or gifting subscriptions, premium subscriptions over on thenewsjunkie.com. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. Real quick, I didn't know this, and a bunch of people in chat were trying to be like, how did you not know this, Sean? I would guess most people don't know this. Josh probably knows this.
Yes.
C-Lane might know this, but you guys, are you guys Prime subscribers, both of you?
Yes.
Are you? Okay. I saw this story from the Morning Brew today that says Amazon wants your idle hands. The company has now fused its cloud gaming platform, Luna, with its streaming TV service, meaning if you have the Amazon Prime Video app, which you get access to with your subscription, in the United States, you can now play Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, EA Sports FC 26, and other video games right through your Prime Video app on your television. And then
sure.
That's
somebody
cool.
said, like, you can use your phone as a controller.
I've been doing that with some of the Netflix games. They're actually kind of fun.
I've never done any of these. I've never played any games at all like this.
I've been a fan for a while of the Jackbox games, like with the Trivia Murder Party and stuff. If we're having a bunch of people over, it's fun to it's something everybody can do.
Yeah.
And you play along on your phone and stuff. And then I've been trying out because I saw the Netflix ones. I was like, let me see how good or bad is this. And there's some fun, party-esque games that, all you have to do is you have the game up on your big screen and you play with your phone as a controller or, various other ways. I've heard a lot of people like that Pictionary game they have because you're doing the drawing on your phone.
That's fun.
Cool. Yeah, it is cool.
I didn't know you could do that. You play like Harry Potter is a real full-on video game that somebody would buy and everything. You just play them through the Amazon Prime subscription you already have on their app. I wasn't aware. Maybe some of you are.
They got good games on here too. They have Fallout 3 and 4.
Oh,
yeah. Believe that.
Do they have New Vegas with Crandon?
No, unfortunate. They have New Vegas, so maybe your version.
Are you going to be disadvantaged, Josh, if you don't have an actual controller versus using your phone and stuff?
I would not play probably any of these games with my phone as a controller.
Yeah, but you could probably get one, right?
Yeah, you could get just like a Bluetooth controller on Amazon. And it would probably work fine.
If you have a Fire Stick, probably. I don't know about the other like if you have a TV with that stuff built in. I don't know how that would work or not work, but I think a controller would be a better gaming situation.
For sure.
I'm sure some of you already knew this. I didn't know that. I think it's pretty interesting. I think a lot of people are probably hearing it for the first time. Might as well make the most out of all that money you spend on Prime. Okay, are you ready to do this, C-Lane?
Ready, Sean.
Let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
That's right. The weekend is here. It's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State and see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And we start with a sports-related story because it's very important that I tell you the date this was published, because this is the story that did not age well. But on July 22nd of this week, the platform Kalshi, their news article section of the website, said, odds swing towards Miami in LeBron James' next team market. We learned earlier this week that the Miami Heat, somebody on their social media team accidentally posted a link Tuesday to a scheduled live stream called LeBron James Introductory Press Conference. It was dated for July 27th on the team's YouTube channel. A spokesperson explained that the Heat's social team was just preparing for the possibility of James signing and mistakenly posted the link to the team's YouTube page and later deleted it.
Damn.
That shifted things in Kalshi's where is LeBron James going to end up in the NBA market. Miami led the market for James's next team at 49%, followed by the Cleveland Cavaliers at 27% and the Golden State Warriors at 14%. It jumped huge for the 305 area of Florida after that little mistake by the quote-unquote mistake we're saying by the Miami Heat social media team. Yeah. And if you bet on Miami, I am very sorry to tell you that LeBron James is indeed going to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, man. Now I don't know if this is just me, but now I'm thinking everything is an inside job on these betting sites. Like, hearing all the people with inside info that trade on this stuff, I feel like people may have tried to, I don't know if they could benefit from throwing people off onto the Miami side of things, and then LeBron goes to a different team.
See, I haven't had as enough experience with Kalshi to, like, go in and see past things and, like, see how people shifted their bets and stuff. Like, I did look a little bit at the LeBron thing, and Miami had a huge spike. I don't know that the 76ers were even that big of a contender, at least not in the Kalshi market. They had Cleveland, they had Golden State, and Miami jumped to 49% on July 22nd before news came out that LeBron had indeed picked Philadelphia.
Someone made good money on that one.
Someone also lost good money on that one.
Darn.
A couple more things are going to be lost because for the first time in 60 years, Florida is having a twofer, guys. On July 28th, I believe it says, 2 people will be executed in the Florida prison system in the same day. First time in 60 years. James Aaron Duckett, 68, is scheduled to die at noon at Florida State Prison near Stark, according to a death warrant signed Tuesday by Governor Ron DeSantis. And then we talked last week about how there was a couple older people on the docket, and I think the second person that's scheduled for execution on July 28th is the oldest one, the first 80-year-old inmate. He was previously scheduled for 6 p.m. that same day. He was convicted of killing his ex-girlfriend's parents in 1986. 40 years it took to get that done. You know how I know? Because I was born in 1986. It's very easy math for me. Over to Orange County, the Orlando area, an Orange County judge has granted rapper Kodak Black's motion releasing him from all bail and pretrial release conditions after prosecutors failed to file former charges within a legal deadline. You see, remember they arrested him for trafficking MDMA following that months-long investigation? Bill Capri, known professionally as Kodak Black, was arrested. That's when you get arrested and felt up at the same time.
Get your hands off my penis.
Kodak Black was arrested May 6th on a felony charge of trafficking MDMA following the investigation. Under Florida law, prosecutors had 60 days from the date of arrest to file the formal charges. The legal team filed the 63-day motion giving the state formal notice. The state did not respond, so Kodak Black gets to go free.
Damn.
At least for now. Not going free, though, in Lakeland. Gerald Cobbs, 47, a man arrested yet again, they say, after body wash heist was reported late last month. They said 3 suspects had entered a store, a Walgreens in Lakeland, one distracting the store clerk. This was planned out. 3 people took part in this. One distracting the store clerk, while the other filled bags with several containers of body wash.
How good is this body wash?
The trio left the store together without paying for the stolen items, which were valued at nearly $650.
Damn.
Investigators say they recognize one of the female suspects as 47-year-old Gerald Cobbs. They put female in quotes because Cobbs is known to dress as a female. Further investigation revealed he had recently been arrested by the Lakeland Police Department on an active warrant and was already being held in Polk County Jail. So he was arrested for something else, and they just added on charges because they were like, hey, you were that guy that put on a wig and stole $650 worth of body wash. I don't know if it's very good body wash or they just grabbed it because it was expensive and were hoping to flip it, but they did not get away with it. Also in Orange County, a woman faces over 113 felony charges. You see, Crystal Lawson, 32 years old, is a juvenile probation officer with the Florida Department of Juvenile Justice. And they say the sheriff's office reported that she accessed the Comprehensive Case Information System, or CCIS, to look up ongoing criminal cases involving a drug trafficking group under investigation, and then leaked all that information to the drug trafficking group.
Oh, man.
She's facing over 100 felony charges for leaking that court info to drug traffickers. Between January and May of 2026, she reportedly accessed the database 106 times without permission. They alleged that she searched for active arrest warrants, identified co-defendants, and leaked details about upcoming arrests to organization members and associates. She has magically come up with $1 million bond that the judge set for her and has been released from jail on bail.
That's suspicious as hell. So they put $1 million bond on somebody who shouldn't be able to put that much money up, and then it just so happens I've got enough money to pay that.
The girl who was arrested for 113 felonies for leaking information to drug traffickers just so happened to come up with that $1 million bail. So she's going to, just be waiting for her court date outside of the jail system.
Wow.
We'll see what happens there.
Probably going to Mexico.
In Howie in the Hills, an internal investigation report by town officials provides new details about circumstances leading to the resignation of their former police chief, Michael Giddens. Giddens resigned on June 3rd. He was under investigations following allegations that while on duty, he had sexual encounters with the wife of a man his department was investigating for a felony crime. Now, I think one could argue he was going above and beyond as an investigator here. He needed to get the details, and if I have to bang this guy's wife to do my job, it's part of the job.
That's dedication is what it is, actually.
I would say so. Mm-hmm. The nearly 80-page report states that the investigation began after a complaint was filed with FDLE in November of 25. A Pasco County Corrections officer told FDLE his girlfriend had been inappropriately involved with Giddens in the past. He contacted the woman in March of that year while investigating her husband in connection with a complaint alleging contractor fraud. He's trying to find out the good contractor fraud information, man. Let the guy off.
Yeah.
It says the Giddens and the woman exchanged text messages before meeting at a hotel where they had sex while Giddens was on duty, allegedly conducting surveillance on her home. Well, I think he did a pretty good job conducting that surveillance. That's what else am I going to say here?
What a hero.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, there's an Orlando resident shaking his head, saying, "This doesn't sound right." A broken garage door spring at his home, and I've had this. I've had garage door springs replaced before. They did not cost this much money.
No.
But a broken garage door spring at his home led to a charge of more than $12,000 by the repair company. Woo. Barry needed to get his car out. The Scott Barry is the guy's name. Needed to get his car out of the garage the next morning. So what he paid is what experts consider an outrageous price for the repairs. He just needed to get out of the garage so bad that he just gave over the credit card and said, "Fix my garage." $12,000. And so he's brought his case to Action 9 for some This is, like they do the news investigations.
Mm-hmm.
The $2,000
like
price.
9 on your side, and they're going to get
Action 9 investigates. Doug Berlin with Above the Rest Garage Door said, those are pretty standard springs, but they should cost about $309. That's labor and parts. The $2,000 price tag is a fraction of what Scott Berry was charged last month, but I don't know if he's going to be getting that money back, guys. That's it for this week in Florida.
All right. Thank you, C-Lane. Quick break, and when we come back, it's time for this pick-a-side. C-Lane has censored this all up. I got a couple of them, honestly, but I think this one's pretty good, and I want to see what you say about it. So we'll get into this pick-a-side. Get yourself ready. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
2 left lanes are blocked on 408 eastbound before Dean Road. Northbound on Florida's Turnpike. Still a little bit of congestion, but traffic's getting by in all lanes. You might run into some slowdowns near Oka-Humpka Service Plaza. There's a crash.
Hello there. Welcome behind the scenes of the show.
This report is sponsored by Advanced Air Home Service. One call solves it all.
Okay, that means we only need an 8 and a 15. All right, chat, a question for you before we get into this pick-a-side. Let's say you are at home, okay? You're at home, you're just hanging out, you're sitting there, you get a knock on the door. And when you go there, there's nobody there. It's just a bag sitting on the ground. And so you pick up the bag and you go, all right, you bring the bag inside your house, of course. You're not going to just leave it out there. And you look inside the bag and you discover it's lunch. It's a DoorDash food delivery. But they've made a mistake. They delivered it to your house. You've grabbed it. You've got it inside your house. Now, you've already opened it up because of this mistake. Is it okay for you to eat that DoorDash delivery? Yes or no, chat? You got a random knock. You got a random doorbell ring. You didn't know what it was. You bring the package inside. You realize, oh, this is somebody's lunch. It's food. Shoot, I don't know how. They must have dropped it off here by accident. Well, they're going to figure it out, but the food's in my house now. Do you eat that DoorDash? What bag? I ain't seen no bag. I don't open the door. I ain't eating it. Call the company. So you're telling me you're going to take time out of your day, you're going to get on the phone with DoorDash, and you're going to explain to them that you need somebody to come pick up this food that's been left outside your door? Depends on what it was. Let's just say, for sake of argument, that it was like a food that you really like, something that you would have ordered. Yes, as long as it has no lettuce. They won't come get it. It's been tainted. I had somebody deliver a mushroom, tomato, and cheese omelet with hash browns to my door. It was a delicious breakfast. See, Dan ate it. Dan ate it. They accidentally deliver something to your house. It's food. You don't know what it is, so you're going to open it. But now your hands are like on the packaging. You've opened up somebody's food. Is it okay to eat that? They can't redeliver it. It's yours now. Okay, well, this is all coming into play in a moment. Hello? We only need a 15 and an 8. That's it. Oh, shoot. You're right about that. Let me put that in. Hang on. All right, perfect. Weekend edition available in a city near you on a great station. That's the weekend edition of the show. Thursday, 1 p.m., segment 3, Fritz on the street. Okay. We only got one more, an 8, and I think we're doing that right now. As a matter of fact, I'll just put it in here. Friday, 1:15, pick a side DoorDash. That's that weekend edition. Enjoy. Airing on a great station near you. Dan says, from what I understand, once the driver has dropped the food off, it's no longer in their presence. It's considered tainted and unsafe. They'll not come back, grab it, and redeliver it. That makes sense to me, just from a business perspective. You would go, oh, we can't possibly give this to you. However, tell me if you think I did something wrong in this scenario. This happened 2 weeks ago. Courtney said, I really have a hankering for some Domino's. So on the way home, we order some Domino's, and we stopped in Domino's, and she goes, can you go get it? I go, of course. I walk into the Domino's. I go, I'm here to pick up an order for Courtney. And the Domino's person goes, oh, here you go. And she gives me the box and everything there. I get in the car. We're like, man, this smells so good. And when we get home and we open the pizza boxes, we're like, the hell is this? 2 totally different pizzas that we did not order. And 3 or 4 sides of dessert items that we did not order. And we had the decision at that moment, do we bring this pizza, all this food back to the Domino's and say we got the wrong order and get our order, or do we just accept this one? And we just accepted that one. It was somebody else's order. I think that's totally fine, because if we go back to the Domino's, they're not going to give it to the person who ordered it now that we've taken it home with us. So they're going to have to remake it anyways. If it's good enough that you'll eat it, I feel like it's fine to do. Agree or disagree? This is all related to this pick-a-side that we're about to do, which is explosive. That was your fault? How is it my fault? They just gave me the food. All right, here we go.
Paid for live radio stations, playlists, podcasts, and artist stations all in one app. So if you haven't already, download the free iHeartRadio app. Free radio. Always has been, always will be. Now wherever you go.
iHeartRadio.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Preparing you for the impending robot uprising. This is the News Junkie.
In the world's most viral newsroom, forget the same 3 songs over and over. You're in a good spot. Hang out with us here on the show and learn more, including where to get the podcast and all that, right over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thenewsjunkie.com. It's time for a pick-a-side. Oh, no, I told Celine I would take the theme song and download it and get it all ready.
I planned for this.
Thank you for planning on me screwing things up, Celine. I appreciate that. Let's do a pick-a-side.
We're going on a ride. Yeah, it's time to pick a side. Yeah, don't try to run and hide. Yeah, it's time to pick a side.
This one's crazy. Celine censored this. These folks are very angry. I'm warning you ahead of time. But here's what happened here. I want you to tell me who's right and who's wrong in this scenario. This is a DoorDash delivery guy who gets upset because he delivered the food to the wrong house, and then the house took the food, and then we wouldn't give it back to him so he could deliver it to the right house. I mean, in my mind, if you deliver the food to the wrong house, you can't go bringing it to somebody else once it's been inside.
I mean, food service rules would tell you that that's a no-no. If you deliver a meal to a wrong table, I don't think you're allowed to just go, oh, just kidding. I think once it's placed on the table, and correct me if I'm wrong, service industry people, once it's placed on the table, I'm pretty sure it's like against food safety rules to pick it back up and bring it to somebody else.
It's considered tainted, right? Like you don't know what's in this.
Maybe the customer has to have touched it. I don't totally know.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what we think. Here's the video. This is the DoorDash driver. Got very upset. Delivered the food to the wrong house, and then the guy wouldn't give it back to him.
So DoorDash took me to the wrong house, and these people won't give me my food back, knowing damn well they didn't order.
He's
so
ringing the
doorbell.
doorbell.
More seconds to come bring me my fucking food back before I break all their. No, I need my food. I need my food. I deliver food. I deliver food to the wrong house. I just need my food back. You go away. Why are you taking my food from a 19-year-old kid trying to get college money?
Oh, now you're going to bring your age into this? You weren't thinking about your age when you were ringing that doorbell real fast. You're like, well, I'm just a 19-year-old kid. I mean, the guy, you delivered it to the wrong address. People get curious as to what you left behind. They bring the food into their house, and then they look at it, they're like, what is this? And then at that point in time, I don't think it's a grand sin to eat the food that was wrongly delivered to you. Might as well, right?
Sure.
I mean, I guess you could call the DoorDash company in the suits over there and say, what am I supposed to do with this? But wouldn't you think those people would be like, well, keep the food. We'll get our driver to bring another order out. That's what I would think. But he got heated. The guy popped out the front door something fierce. And then he tells this kid, like, you made a mistake.
I deliver food. I deliver food to the wrong house. I just need my food back. You
go away.
Why are you taking my food from a 19-year-old kid trying to get college money?
Go away.
I'm trying to get college money. No, I will call the police right now. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No,
I'm just trying to get my food. I'm just trying to get my ass nicely 5 times. Can I just get my food back?
And you're going to my shit up, right?
Yeah, I promise you I will if I do not get my food back.
Do you have any idea what the
Give me my
I
food
will
back.
do to you right
Give
now?
me my food
back. This guy is very calm in kind of a scary way. I would leave.
Yeah, this guy. I mean, does he have a gun? I don't see a gun on him or anything, but he's up in the young kid's face.
He doesn't look like he needs a gun.
No. Yeah, somebody says fake. No, it's not fake. This is legit. This is a real interaction. And he was trying to get his DoorDash food back from the homeowner. The homeowner's saying, get the hell out of here. You made a mistake. And he's saying, well, I'm a kid. Give me the food back so I can get it to the right location. Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? Let's pick a side here.
I'm asking you nicely. No.
Go. Hit the road.
Promise you, it's not going to happen. Stay right here.
I'm telling you what.
It's either
if you
I go out there and
anything
call,
on my property,
I promise you, if I do not get my food back, I am calling the cops. Do you understand that?
Go away.
You are stealing food. Why are you that? Dude, you live in a nice ass house. Why are you stealing food? Look at this. You have pillars. You have pillars and
Okay, I kind of like that. You have pillars. Clearly.
Is pillars the sign of opulence?
The hallmark of decadence.
It's like where I come from, we don't have any pillars, okay? You got a pillar on this house. But he's saying, what are you doing? You got to give it back. You have pillars.
Look at this house. You have pillars.
What are you doing? Do you think he stole the food? If he took the food inside, he was curious. He's like, what is this? He opens it up and then he goes, they made a mistake and eats the food. Have you stolen the food?
Nah.
No.
I don't feel like that's stealing. I feel like you're confused. You said, did you order something? I didn't order anything. By this time, you got your hands sort of in it a little bit. They're never going to, like C-Lane said at the jump, they're never going to take this and give the same food to the next people. DoorDash would not want him to do that after his mistake.
Now, if it were like food that I ordered and the DoorDash driver dropped it at my neighbor's house and my neighbor ate it, I would kind of be a little pissed about that because, like it happens in a neighborhood and you should see the name on it and go, all right, this is not for me. But, I would be pissed as the person who ordered the food, but as the DoorDash driver, that was your mess up, man.
The mistake's already been made, right?
Yeah.
The mistake is done. Once the mistake is done and the people bring the food into their house, that's that. You're not getting it back. But I do love, you have pillars. This guy has pillars.
Go away. You are stealing food. Why are you that? Dude, you live in a nice ass house. Why are you stealing food? Look at this. You have pillars. You have pillars and why are you stealing food from a 19-year-old trying to make money? Are you that much of a fucking loser? Why can you not deliver food to the right house? It's a simple mistake.
Wife waited for the ninja-like moment to jump into this. And look at this guy, though. He's just sitting there. He's like, yeah.
He's smiling.
He's got a really creepy grin on his face, this homeowner here. Why didn't you just do a good job at your job?
It's a simple mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm a 19-year-old kid. You can't just
Back
give me
to
my
a kid.
food. How old are you? How old are you? How old are you?
I'm telling you.
You're a fucking loser. A fucking loser,
The
dog. How old are
pillars
you?
say otherwise.
How old are you?
Yeah, true. This guy's no loser. He has pillars. All right.
You just kind of like negated your loser point by telling him what a nice set of pillars he's rocking.
Yeah, you can't do that. And the kid is like, gets quiet when the guy gets up into his face and then gets loud again when he goes back inside.
You committing a crime, dumbass.
No, I'm not.
Come on, y'all. I'm just trying to be nice
You're
here.
on our property.
To deliver food, it took me to the wrong house. Slim. I bet. I don't give a f***. I can stay out here all day. I promise you, I don't care. Matter of fact, I'm going to call the cops. I don't give a f***.
Do
You're
it.
a lame-ass old bitch, you fat f***.
Oh, God. All right. What do we think? Who is in the right? Who is in the wrong here? Do you side with the homeowner who got the mistake delivery and then clearly ate the delivery? Or the DoorDash driver who's trying to fix his mistake and he's trying to deliver the food to the right house? Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? It's time for you to pick a side right now. A lot of people, I think,
kind
my
of
gut
team
tells me-
homeowner.
Yeah,
too.
I think that's where I feel like people are going. I think a lot of people are going to side with the homeowner because it's a mistake that you get to reap the reward from, right?
Yeah, and it's a mistake in this kid's case. Does he have to eat the cost on this? I don't know how DoorDash works. I don't even know if that's legal for some businesses to make your employee eat the cost of a mistake like that. But I do know that there has to be some sort of protocol where you go, this was delivered to the wrong house. Usually it's like, hey, you have finished your job even though you delivered it to the wrong house.
Yeah.
You got to go. And then the person who ordered the food, it's up to them to contact DoorDash and be like, I never got my food. It went to the wrong house. Cancel my order. And I have had this happen where I got the food from the restaurant I ordered from, but it was somebody else's order.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave somebody else my order.
I had that too.
And I got Cindy's order, right? And Cindy also wanted Jeff's Bagel Run, which was good for me. And her order was, there's not a lot of variety at Jeff's Bagel Run. Everything's really good there, but her order was weirdly similar to mine.
So you keep it, right?
I kept it and ate it, and then I contacted Uber Eats, and I sent a picture, and I said, this is not my order. I am not Cindy. And I got a refund and free breakfast.
Nice.
Nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Nothing wrong. There's some people saying the homeowners were really rude. It depends.
The dude was coming at him hot, though.
Somebody says it depends on how long the food was at the house for. Does it? So, like, if the food is only in the house for 30 seconds, then I feel like if the moment it crosses the barrier of the door, you're not going to give it to the other people.
I would just say the moment that somebody breaks open that little sticker that they put on all the orders now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You also could have said, though, well, you should have noticed that it wasn't yours and seen it if it was your neighbor's or something. But that's not on the homeowner to do that. The homeowner.
It is for my neighbors. It is on you to make sure that I get my food.
Bring it over here. You know what I'm doing. There you go. 19-year-old DoorDash driver delivers order to the wrong house in Indiana. The homeowners refuse to return it. And there's our pick a side for right now. We do have another one in a little bit on the show. So we'll get to that. Jimothy making another appearance on the news. I see Jimothy the raccoon. Some more footage of the famous, now viral raccoon who's got this weird shortened body who's taken the internet by storm. New footage shows Jimothy, Seattle's viral raccoon sensation, back in May, a couple months before he found fame. Is this him? That's him, all right. There he is, little shortened little raccoon dude. We've got a sticker that says Jimothy says relax for you if you want that as your merch item. If you sign up for premium accounts, secret shows access over at thenewsjunkie.com, or if you're already a subscriber, you can gift. There he is.
What a
He's
guy.
so funny looking, yeah. Everybody loves this little Jimothy the raccoon. The sticker's pretty great. Go check that out.
How excited would you be if you looked out your back window and Jimothy was there?
Oh, I'd be thrilled. This is going everywhere. Here, somebody says, Jimothy fever has reached my grandfather. And Grandma sent a text that says, we finally set your grandpa up on Facebook so he could see photos of that raccoon. And then Grandpa texted the grandson, you seen that raccoon, Jimothy? You seen it? Seen that raccoon, Jimothy?
4:20 a.m.
Raccoon.
That's when he wakes up, I guess. Yeah. This is an early grandpa text.
Seen that raccoon Jimothy running around there?
See that viral grandpa text? There it is. Jimothy, very, very famous these days. So now you know. And the last thing, I saw that the Orlando Police Department had posted this, and this is a problem in a lot of different cities. The Orlando Police Department posted this and says, downtown Orlando is for everyone to enjoy, including kids and families. Come out, have fun, and make good memories, but not like this. Boy, they haven't been downtown in a while. Reckless riding, running red lights, blocking traffic, and blocking an ambulance and other emergency vehicles from responding puts everybody at risk, including the riders themselves. This type of dangerous behavior will not be tolerated. And they show this group of these dudes on e-bikes and stuff, these young kids that have swarmed the downtown area.
Biker gang.
Well, they put some nefarious music to it, too.
Grandsons of Anarchy.
Isn't it illegal? Just arrest them if it's illegal, right? Like,
is it illegal, though?
I don't know. There's a
blocking
million
ambulances.
Yeah, they're just swarming the streets, all the e-biker kids. And they're running a red light. They show that they're running a red light as they all go through the intersection.
Oh, there's the ambulance.
Yeah, running a red light and blocking an ambulance this time with doing wheelies. Like, this ends in 5 seconds if the cops, instead of posting this, just start arresting some of the kids. That's it. You know, that like we do this trick where people go, I don't know why this new phenomenon or trend is happening. It's unbelievable that people are doing this. And then you go, well, are you arresting them for it? No, we've been really just asking them not to do it. Well, guess what? I was a kid once. You did the things you thought you could get away with. If you thought you could get away with it, you did it. And when you can get away with it, you're like, all right, I'm going to do it. So in the moment a couple of kids get arrested, parents start having some conversations, and kids are like, it ain't worth it for me, man. I don't want to do that. Then this stops. That's it. I mean, obviously they're in like a big grouping of kids on these e-bikes. And you might say, well, who are they hurting? I mean, you can't have 100 kids on e-bikes swarming through red lights and blocking ambulances. The cop bike tried to get him. Oh, he got one. He got one of them.
Freeze, scumbag.
Look
at that.
He's got him. The kid was in the middle of doing a wheelie, and the cop pulled him off.
The cops added whoop whoop. That's the sound of the police to their own video.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, this was them adding the music to this. 2 of them got dragged down by one of the bike cops in downtown. All right. At least they got a couple of them. Body cam footage. And like there'll be people that are like, they're just kids. They're just doing the. I want kids to be off the internet and out enjoying things, but they can't all be together not following the rules of the road and stuff. There's still a crime. They can't do this. But let us know what you think. This is just one example of this happening. It's probably happened in your city as well, no matter where you are today. Quick break. When we come back, we'll do jury duty, including a story about this guy battling the IRS. And it's so crazy what has happened to this guy. We'll give you the details on this man's situation. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
AI can't feel dread or regret or existential panic. We've got that market covered. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
This is 3 times. Got a lot of emails to get to. We'll work in some of those in a moment. Thank you for all the gifted subscriptions. It's Friday. If you have had a good time, I want you to do one of 2 things for me. All right? Item 1 is totally free. If you're on YouTube and you're enjoying the show, or you enjoyed just some of the show today or this week at all, if you appreciate what's going on around here and you want to support the show, stop what you're doing and click the like button on the stream. All right? Stop what you're doing. Just give it a little click. Hit that like button. That's free. Doesn't require any monetary donation on your part at all. Just one simple click of that like button on the stream right now helps. And I appreciate that. If you want to support even more, go subscribe as a premium subscriber on thenewsjunkie.com. That'll unlock secret shows for you. It'll give you an ad-free stream option on the website if you're interested. It gives you access to TTS dispatches. You get See It Now access forever. There's not a gate on that at all for you, and about a million other things. Plus, it's the best way to support the show and take a shot at the suits while you're doing it. Subscribe. Support the show. And do that at thenewsjunkie.com. If you're already a subscriber, you can go over to the website, hit that gift icon, and spread the word to some other listeners. So thank you for all of that, no matter what level of interaction you're doing. Thank you for reminding me to go over to YouTube and do that. Well, thank you for doing it, hopefully. I got a story for you, chat. A woman is accused of exposing herself during a traffic stop in Lebanon, Tennessee. On Tuesday night, officers conducted a traffic stop after seeing a passenger not wearing her seatbelt. During the traffic stop, the canine alerted officers to the possible presence of narcotics in the vehicle. During the investigation, the female passenger was removed from the vehicle, but then, get this, she reportedly began to expose herself to passing drivers on the highway. So she's flashing on the side of the highway, this lady is. As the investigation continued, police officers found what's suspected to be cocaine and drug paraphernalia on the woman and the male driver. They were arrested. Cars were honking. People were reacting. It was causing a scene as this woman was flashing the vehicles driving by. She was 66 years old. 66 years old. Driver was 68. Damn near 70. Damn near 70 years old out there. Ma'am. Just letting them fly. Jury duty's on the way. Thank you, Beefy King. Appreciate you. Flash him if you got him? I guess so. It's pronounced Lebanon. Sorry for the mistake. Crazy old bird. B Dizzle said, nobody want to see that? You don't know. Buddy, are you going to sit here and pretend that there's some woman who is absolutely in her 70s, and if you saw her flash, you'd be like, woo! 100%. You don't know. Don't say some things you can't unsee. You have no idea. These might have been spectacular. They might have been real, and they might have been spectacular. 2 minutes, and we're back live on the show. I also saw Carnival Cruise Lines has addressed the viral video of a woman using a fork to scratch her foot on the Carnival Sunrise. This woman used a dining fork to scratch an itch on her foot. Carnival Cruise Line said they are investigating the incident. I hope they really wash those dishes. The fork story, finally, hey, you knew it was happening. "90 seconds. It's so gross. That is weird. Carnivore Cruise Lines? Carnival. Only person I can think of would be Dolly Parton. Bro, there's all sorts of just gorgeous people in their 70s. You're not exposed to them. There's a lot of beautiful people who are older, okay? You're just not being, not being real about this. Love you too, Nancy. Right back at you. Probably less bacteria on a foot than a mouth. Would you rather use a fork after I put it in my mouth or scratched it on my foot? If you had to take a fork from me and I just scratched the bottom of my foot with it, or I put it in my mouth and then gave it to you, which one are you taking? Which one? Here we go.
Solution. All across the country, there are programs for kids and teens to access free meals all summer long, including resources for eligible families facing tight grocery budgets. If you're looking for resources to help feed your family this summer, visit nokidhungry.org/help. Let's make sure every kid has the happy, healthy summer they deserve.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Today is Mo Better with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
Radio. Real Radio. 104.1.
Where breaking news meets broken people. This is the News Junkie.
I got the police report on this and a wild story about the IRS. Nobody likes them, and you'll find out another reason why here in just a moment. Couple of emails rolling into the studio. Let's see what we got here. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. This person says they're surprised at you on that pick a side, C-Lane. I'm surprised at you, C-Lane. I remember when that guy refused to give the $1 million back to the bank that actually deposited into his account. You said he should give the money back, but now you said the guy should keep the food that was accidentally dropped off at his house. I'm on the guy's side, though. I would have been chewing while opening the door. Deep down, you're just like me, says this emailer to you, C-Lane.
I don't remember exactly the guy that got $1 million from the bank, but $1 million and a bag of Taco Bell are two vastly different things.
Yeah, they are very, very different, yes. M-I-K says, or this is Mike, actually. I see. I was just looking at the email address. M-I-K-E, actually, says the tips on the newsjunkie.com. The homeowner is a douche in that story. The kid should wait a few months and accidentally deliver food again with some X-Lax in it. That'll get him, says Mike.
Sure, never recover.
Let's see. Sport says, what's up, junkies? The fact that the DoorDash kid wanted the food back so bad tells me he's the one who realized his mistake before the customer or DoorDash found out. And if that angry homeowner would have given him the food back, there's no doubt in my mind that little bastard would have delivered it to the correct address like nothing happened. Thank you for your emails. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only, the missing in action, Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Oh my goodness! Oh my! Is he here and he's alive and he's with us?
There's no way to tell it's not an AI bot.
Oh my God! Moses DeWitt, everybody!
Wow,
Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Glad to see you back with us, Moses. Where you been?
It's been a minute. I've been around.
Where'd you go?
Did a little stint, you know.
In jail? What happened?
No, I was in Greece for a while, and then in North Carolina, and then just got back from Boston last night.
Oh, nice! This guy's a global traveler here, enjoying himself. How was Greece? Beautiful?
Yeah, it was really nice. Really nice.
Where in Greece did you go?
So we went to Athens, then we went to Crete, then we went to Naxos and Santorini.
Santorini is like the bucket list one for my wife. She wants to go there real bad, and I have a feeling we're going next year.
I never even heard of Santorini.
You're too poor.
I guess so. Yeah.
You don't have pillars.
Yeah.
Don't have pillars.
You got pillars.
Santorini is the one that if you ever see like a picture of Greece with all like the nice like blue and white roofs and like they have pictures, that's that place.
All of the like really pretty houses on the side of a cliff that ever looks like every plot there is on the side of a cliff that just overlooks beautiful ocean.
Is this because like social media influencers have taken photos and made that like a hotspot for people to go to?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like a good time. Well, Moses is with us. If you need an attorney, he's your guy. JustCallMo.com, JustCallMo.com, 800-CALL-MO. All right, let's see what we have for you. Do we have questions that we should work in? Maybe we
do.
Can work those we can work them in a bit, though, too.
Yeah, we do. Some of them are pretty old, and then we have some that were from this week about the couple that was busted having sex in the car.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get to those in a bit.
Yeah. Okay, let me play this because I teased it. Mo, the IRS is threatening to seize this guy's farm. Here are the details of what happened from this Channel 5 report. And this guy is in a really rough situation. Here's what happened. Listen to this.
But when you need the help, you can't get on nobody. You have to talk to a dang computer.
I'll go back to that since it was the volume. When you need help, you can't get a hold of nobody. You got to talk to the dang computer.
But when you need the help, you can't get a hold of nobody. You have to talk to a dang computer.
True.
Well, they called me right before I went on television this last time and said it was settled from Marshall Blackburn's office.
This notice, sent in early July, demands he pay thousands of dollars in interest on that money he says he never spent, or risk having his property seized.
I wish you'd get it straightened out and get one person to work on it instead of sending me letters all over the United States. I've cried and preached. I've asked people to pray for me.
The 76-year-old says he's done everything he can to make it right.
Listen to this.
Including meeting with the IRS Taxpayer Advocate Service in downtown Nashville. An effort, he says, got him nowhere.
They put the sound effects any louder on this report? Jesus Christ. Like, you can barely hear the reporter, the bus driving by. But what happened to this guy, I guess, is they put some money in his account. So they put, they accidentally sent him a refund. And he immediately said, this refund is not correct. I don't want this. Take it back from me. And then finally, when they took the refund back from him, they said, now we want interest on the refund. And you owe us money or we're going to seize your farm. And he's like, so you made a mistake. I didn't touch the money. And now you want me to pay the interest on the money you accidentally put in my account? That's nonsense. That's what's happened to him. They might spell this out here.
I said, what are you doing? He said, oh, I'm paying my parking bill on my telephone. I said, oh, my God. I said, I got a little old flip phone. I don't know how to do that.
It's simple what he wants. For the IRS to stop coming after him.
Is that little one?
Yeah.
He gets caught in the fence. He sticks the horns in there and can't get out.
More than anything, Kirby just wants...
This reporter had no idea what she was in for with this guy, huh? He's talking about his goats and stuff. He's like, that little one gets caught in the fence out there.
A lot of unneeded exposition.
Yeah, this guy hasn't had a visitor in a while, Josh, okay? He's excited to have somebody visit.
It was all over and done with. Praise the Lord. Amen. Because I've cried. I'm about to cry now. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You going to cry?
I have connected Mr. Kirby with a Nashville tax attorney who deals with IRS disputes. They are planning to talk on the phone on Friday to see what other options may still be available to him.
All right, so I guess this dude got this money, and then he said, you made a mistake, and gave it back. The government made the mistake, but then they told him that he owed interest on it, and that they were going to take his farm if he didn't do this. Has you ever heard anything like this, Moses? Or
yeah, I mean, it's not as uncommon as you'd think. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit unique here where he got a refund that wasn't correct. But dealing with the IRS is like dealing with the mafia. I mean, they're going to do whatever they want to do.
True. And then just charge you interest on it, even though it was their mistake?
Yeah, because you had the money. So now, if you went to court, I mean, you could argue that you attempted to give it back and that, there's some equity arguments that you could certainly make. But by the time you get to court, now the interest is going to accrue even more. You could potentially have to face attorney's fees.
So they cut him a check. Would the simple answer just be that he didn't deposit the check? Is it because he deposited the check that he now owes the interest on it?
Here are the details. So let me give you these real quick. This might change your mind. Wilson Perry Kirby is his name. He just wanted to do the right thing. The 76-year-old Coopertown farmer and retired highway department worker got a $20,000 tax refund from the IRS a couple of years ago.
Not bad.
And he said the money was sent to him by mistake. He tried to give it back immediately, even enlisting the help of his accountant. Years later, he's still fighting the consequences. They said instead of resolving this issue, Kirby says the IRS charged him interest on the money he tried to return and ultimately kept his entire 2025 tax refund.
Okay, quick.
I cried, he said.
Add on to my last question, because I don't think, judging by this guy's overall demeanor and his flip phone and his disdain towards talking to the computer, I don't think that he has a direct deposit set up with the IRS. Maybe I could be wrong. But if
fair guess.
If the easy answer is not depositing the check in which you never received the money that was sent to you by mistake, what if you do have a direct deposit where the IRS just wires you this refund, and now you didn't touch anything, you didn't lift a finger to receive this money, and now they want the interest back on it? How is that legal?
Well, I mean, it depends what action you took at that time, right? So if you wrote them back a letter immediately, when it was direct deposited in your account, said, I received this money, I believe it was sent to me in error, please provide, wiring instructions to send it back to you or payment instructions to send it back to you immediately, then you have an argument there that you've made an attempt to return the funds to them and you have not benefited from those funds. You've kept them in a separate account so that you should not be charged the interest on it. But if you just let it sit there and ignore it and don't go through the proper channels, don't document that you tried to give it back, then potentially they can make an argument that you owe interest. I mean, ultimately, I think if he gets to the right people here, has a lawyer who can negotiate this, they'll probably end up waiving the interest, given that it was their mistake. But obviously, it's very frustrating.
Here's the thing, all right? Mo hit the nail on the head there, obviously, at the end. Sometimes you just need an attorney for this stuff. Like, I had a problem like this one time, and Mo helped me out with it. The state of Florida made a mistake with the child support that I was paying for my son, Dylan. And
look how you paid him back. And you gave away his phone number on a live stream.
And then I doxed him. So, and they had made a mistake, and I was trying to call them, like this guy was, and it's really hard to get a hold of them. And they were talking about enforcement, things that they were going to do against me, et cetera, et cetera. And I told Moses what was going on, and I'll just tell you what happened. Mo got on the phone with the IRS, and it ended. Like, it was all of a sudden they're not hounding me anymore. Once an attorney gets involved, sometimes they know the right things to say. I can stay on the phone until I'm red in the face. Moses knows what to say sometimes, and then you can help out in these circumstances.
Well, not only what to say, but the right channels to go through, right? So it may not be calling the phone number. It may be sending them a certified letter, or in a child support case, it may be filing a specific motion to document exactly what's happening. But a lot of times people don't know the right channel or what to say, and so they don't do the right thing to protect themselves, and that's where they get in trouble.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to get into some more of the questions we have for Moses. We do have another pick aside that I think will be perfect to have an attorney on, in fact. So we'll get into that when we come back, and a whole lot more on the way as we roll into the Power Hour. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
That crash has been moved off to the shoulder on 408 eastbound near Dean Road. Traffic's starting to get by.
Hello. Oh, welcome to the show. You're not going to want to miss this next segment, folks. It's an absolute humdinger.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core, so you can work from anywhere. Now from $699 with exclusive student pricing.
This is maybe better than the other pick aside, if I'm honest with you. Like, it's a good one. If you have questions for Mo, I'll go to the phones in the final hour too. All right? Maybe you got a question for Moses? All right. Pick a side coming up next. And as I said, it is a banger. YouTubers, hit that like button. Supporters, gift those subs. Hit the gift icon on the newsjunkie.com. Lurkers, keep lurking. Get your lurk on. Question for Moses? Well, if you have one, in the final hour of the show, ring us up on the new toll-free line. It's not rolled out to the apps yet. That will be done this weekend. But now you can see when the phone lines are live, right on the website, you'll see that. If you're over in chat, you'll see phone lines live, 1-888-443-NEWS, 1-888-443-NEWS. And you can ring that up. Thank you, Cat BH, for the gifted Secret Show subscription. Really appreciate the support. Every single sub counts. We're now up to 22% on the full independence meter. 22%. If we get to 100, this company can pound sand, friends. We won't need a corporation. We have supporters who really, really enjoy the show. Supporters like Co-Mills with the 2 gifted subs, and Cat BH right there, as I told you, with a gifted subscription. Claim a gift for every single gifted subscription. Stickers, magnets, pins, limited additional things. Jimothy, limited edition things. Jimothy stickers. Your Jimothy says relax stickers. Available for you. Keep on gooning. Well, I mean, it's Friday. It's Friday, right? 90 seconds and we're back live. UPS let my horse out yesterday. Furious, no business opening my gate. What the hell's that about? That's not cool. YouTube, Twitch, TNJ chat. It has been a fun week. I'm happy to be into the power hour here to wrap up that week, but it's been a hell of a week. Every once in a while, you got to start thinking about like all the stuff that we've done and all the things that have happened. And maybe that's what I had going on this morning when I woke up and I was like, I'm blessed. I get to go into this great studio. I get to do the thing that I love, which is broadcasting, doing this show. And I'm thankful for that. Sean, didn't you just sign a 3-year deal? Yes. And this likely will be my final deal with a major broadcasting corporation, because now we're getting to as many stations as we can. We're building up the audience and bringing up that support level so that we can do whatever we want, basically. Do whatever we want when those 3 years are up. And that platform that you're on right now, YouTube, is a big part of all of that. So God bless you. All right, we're coming back.
This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
In just a moment here on the show, I'll pay off that sugar baby story out of the Villages. And I got to pick a side. All of that is on the way in just a little bit. We got a friend, Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm, finally joining us. I thought he hated us.
I do.
I thought he was sailing off into the sunset and just like, he's like, want to hang out with the Tampa people now. You know, it's like that.
Pretty cool over there.
You got like a comedy show you're doing with them already. You got there's a lot of signs.
I mean, how many comedy shows of mine have you shown up to?
One. I showed up to one.
Was that the virtual one?
Yeah, but I was there.
How can we verify that?
Well, I was there. All right, I know. I saw the whole thing.
Josh, don't you have access to the list of email addresses that signed up for the virtual Mo Comedy Jam?
I'm sure I do.
I was there. I swear to God, my appearance is definitely down there in the documents somewhere if you want to check that out. But, okay, we got a couple of things to do, but let's let C-Lane play whatever clip he's gathered here for today. Let's do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said,
oh, hallelujah, Jesus is great, and Jesus is real good, and he's number one. We all love Jesus, and I'm Justin Bieber right now.
It's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
Something like Butters.
Good.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jesus.
It does sound a little bit like Butters, yeah.
That's funny.
At least that's better than what C-Lane did earlier because people are angry. Here's one of the dispatches about this. People are mad that you did this.
My God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. My God is an awesome God. Everybody know God. Awesome God.
So catchy, stop.
Earworm is gonna get you all. I love it oh so much. My God is an awesome God.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate that.
You brought it
join
up.
Us. Yeah, I did. I had it coming for sure. You could join us on the show if you'd like to. If you have any questions for Moses, you can even call us up. It's 1-888-443-NEWS if you want to call with any questions for Moses DeWitt. 1-888-443-NEWS. But I do have another pick-a-side if you guys want to jump into this. We have an intro for that, C-Lane?
We do.
I swear to God, this weekend I'll put it on my buttons. I swear to God I will.
All right, here goes with the intro.
We're going on a ride, yeah. It's time to pick a side, yeah. Don't try to run and hide, yeah. It's time to pick a side.
Here we go. This went down in Tampa where your new friends exist, Moses. All right? This is someone went down in Tampa where your new friends exist.
Go.
Yeah, I don't know if this is one of your new friends, but we're going to find out.
Such a bitter old man.
I'm not bitter. I'm only mildly old, but that's fine. Here we go. This is in Tampa, and it's some guys that confronted some young men selling in their neighborhood. You got to pick a side. Do you side with the old dudes or the sales kids? Those are the choices here. Let's go to the tape, Moses. You could tell us what's going on here legally as well. Our attorney along with us. Here we go.
Did you censor this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good.
Like, that's crazy, you know.
Show me your business card.
Oh, we have him right there.
All right, you probably can't see exactly what's going on yet, but this gentleman who is now talking to these sales kids, he has a gun in his hand. He has a gun a handgun in his hand, pulled out here, and he's questioning these sales guys who are wandering around his neighborhood. And from what I could tell, I guess these guys didn't break any laws. This is Charles Hoffman, who approached 3 men canvassing a neighborhood near Gulfport, and the men were looking to wash windows and detail cars. So he goes up with his gun out in his hand, Moses, down by his side here, and he says to these young guys, like, hey, give me some identification, show me what business you work with, etc.
So I don't believe this is to be necessary, but I don't appreciate how you came up to me like that. We could have handled it a
Why
little
come
bit
you all going door to door? Why you just picking random houses?
See the gun?
Because there's some people without cars.
Some people with cars, like some people don't have cars, some people do have cars, and our specific service is cleaning cars, mobile detailing. We take it to them rather than having to go to a shop.
Okay, well, my car's right there. You walk right by me. Why didn't you stop and ask me?
Because
wait, he's mad because they didn't knock on his door?
I think he's just doing sort of an investigation here, which does he even have the right to do that with his gun out, Moses?
No, I mean, he's, depending what he does with that gun, obviously there could be some potential issues here.
Like pulling a gun in the middle of an interaction like this, or like it's the start of an interaction like this, it's obviously a very aggressive move, and it's a threat to the people that you're doing this on.
Has he breached the line between open carry and brandishing by just holding the gun, or what are we thinking here as far as potential intimidation or threat?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so far he hasn't really made any sort of threat that I've heard. He hasn't said, I could shoot you or I'm going to shoot you, because if he does that while holding the gun, he obviously has the ability to carry out that threat. I haven't, the video's a little grainy here. It's hard to see whether he's, like kind of aimed it at him or pointed at him or brandished it towards them. So far it's been aimed down, but it could constitute improper exhibition of a firearm depending what he's doing with it, if he's exhibiting it in an angry or careless or rude or threatening manner. So he's really right on the borderline of that.
He's got it down by his side at this point in time. Somebody's asking, are those bullet holes in his shirt?
Definitely holes.
The guy's got a very holy shirt on, folks. He's just out there questioning these sales kids who are in this neighborhood, and they seem plenty nice.
And we're coming around. We're just checking it out.
That's the only reason why I didn't go upstairs either, sir. I was actually just checking out.
A window cleaning
and I was just checking out the garage.
I can tell you're checking out the homes. I want to know why.
Yes, sir. I understand. I understand why you'd be worried, but we don't have any bad intentions at all, sir. We just wanted to.
They're very polite.
Kids, we're college kids trying to make money this summer.
I understand that.
Nothing on our record. If you want to look it up, you got our IDs.
I don't want to look it up.
All right, well,
I can tell you.
Can you please put that away?
If you want to,
we're not with nobody.
You got the wrong.
We're not.
You got me.
I feel like
there's a lot of guns on this street.
Nah, I hear you.
No, we're
not here for nothing like that.
We just wanted to get some cars in and just make some money today, sir. I apologize.
Why are you even apologizing?
No, I do appreciate.
He's got a gun. That's why.
Yeah.
And a supple chest, I might add.
Fair point, Josh. Yeah, 100%. Like, this guy has a gun out, so they're trying to be as nice and polite as they can. But, if he didn't have a gun, my argument would be like, what business is it of yours? You're not a police officer. You're demanding identification for people. You're doing this at I don't know if you could say at gunpoint, but like it feels that way.
Under duress?
Certainly under duress.
If it was my kids.
Okay, so you went to that house, then you walked over there and went to a house over there, and you walked over here. Why didn't you go to that house and then that house?
What do you care, guy?
Random houses I got a problem with. If you're going door to door, that's one thing.
Okay.
When you're picking random houses, that's not right.
There's a few that are.
Bro, why do you care? What is the difference if they go to random houses or every single house, or like maybe they look at some houses and
these
look like,
kids are skipping houses.
Yeah. You're not doing the sales pitch to everyone.
You're
what if
not
they
an
look
equal opportunity solicitor?
Right. Like maybe they look at the house and they go, it looks like nobody's home there. Let's go to the next one.
Well, I mean, I think he's insinuating they're casing houses, right? To
yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. He's saying you guys are trying to break into these houses because you're wandering around the neighborhood. That's why he's pulled the gun
my
out.
protocol because I'm with something different.
I'm sorry. I'm hard to hear it.
Okay, my bad, sir. There's a few that I have that
Maybe
are
from the
against my
gun?
protocol, which if there is no car in the driveway or if there's a little bit in the front, I should not be hitting them first. I know it sounds a little bit stupid, but when it comes to either people being outside or whatever, they choose to have me hit the other ones first and then loop around. So it's like a little like curve that I will go in and out on the certain websites of the street. So if I go and I show you my app,
It's
there's a way
explaining
I can
everything.
hit up certain roads and certain houses and then come back. It's like by number.
Still
So
got
I
the
wanna
gun
make
out.
sure that I'm doing it correctly. That house, I did hit
Well,
up
it's not
first.
like he brought a
Only because
holster
The
with him.
street stays safe.
It
Okay?
is safe. It is safe.
I'm telling you, if you guys are around, you're around on the wrong street.
It's
And
not our
I would
intentions.
love to have you as my neighbor. So I love it. Honestly, I like the way you approach
Well, the kids are being so unbelievably nice. Keeps bringing me back to Josh's point that because there's a gun there, it's probably why this is happening. But they're being nice and respectful, and this guy is such an unhinged individual that they're like complimenting him, like, please don't shoot us,
You're
sir.
good. I understand, like, you thought we were a threat, but we don't mean any harm.
Yeah, we don't.
I understand, sir.
So apologies. Mine.
Believe me, it's got nothing to do with color.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my gosh.
man.
All right, buddy.
You're protesting a little too much.
He just realized I'm a white man with a gun out at these young black salespeople who are going around this
What
neighborhood.
you know, it's nothing to do with color.
He just wanted to get that out there.
But we don't mean any harm.
Yeah,
but
we don't.
I understand, sir.
So apologies. Mine.
Believe me, it's got nothing to do with color.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
give a color anybody
I
is.
understand.
Everybody starts at 0, and your attitude makes you go up or down.
Yes, sir.
It's real simple.
What does that say
I
about
know
you,
it is.
bro?
It's, ready to it's always ready to shoot.
All right, just making sure you know.
The gun is cocked and ready to shoot. The guy's like, is it ready to shoot? Yeah, it's always ready to shoot. Always ready to shoot. All right, I believe that people have the right to have guns and defend themselves. I don't believe, maybe this is a radical position on my part, that authorizes you to go around and enforce your own personal wants and wishes on the neighborhood. Hey, who are you? What are you doing over here? And pull out a gun to do this? I don't think you should be able to do that. Now, I'm saying that I'm on the side of the kids. They seem polite. I don't necessarily like people going to sell stuff at my house, but, so what, right? I'm not going to go out there and badger them and certainly do that at gunpoint. I'm going to side with the kids who seem polite here. Celine, where are you at on this?
Kids for sure. Yeah. No, it's definitely, this guy is obnoxious. He needs a new shirt. You definitely need a new shirt, guy.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Josh?
I'm on the kids' side. I'll let Mr. Lane finish his point.
I was pretty much done.
Okay.
Sorry. Moses DeWitt, from a legal perspective, it appears that this guy hasn't done anything wrong. They haven't charged him with anything.
The gun wielding individual.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, it's on the line. If they wanted to charge him with improper exhibition of a firearm, which is a misdemeanor, they certainly probably could do that. But I think ultimately, given that he kind of holds it down, it would maybe not be considered aggressive. But with the way he's talking and the things he's asking, I would argue that these kids probably did not feel free to leave at that point.
Yeah.
So I think there's some potential, liability on this guy and some potential criminal charges that could be brought if they wanted to bring them. I mean, these kids may also not want to press charges and just want to get the hell away from this guy.
Well, at least in the moment they wanted to.
Yeah.
Here's the Tampa Bay Times. It says, armed Pinellas man demanded strangers show him ID. Police say it was legal. Charles Hoffman will not face charges after pulling a gun on 3 college students canvassing to promote their businesses in June of this year. The young entrepreneurs carefully picked their outfits, a collared shirt, long black pants, blah, blah, blah. They knocked on doors in the neighborhood. They encountered this guy. The 19-year-old keeps the van full of equipment, vacuum, extension cord, pressure washer, and steamer. They're going around trying to get gigs to promote their business, which I happen to think is a good thing. I like these kids being entrepreneurs. I like them trying to offer a service to people.
I feel like the headline here is I don't know. It's not totally misleading, but they're like, armed man demands to see ID. Police say it's legal. Well, I think it's legal because he didn't officially brandish the weapon. And right. Moses said okay, it might be a little stretch to do the, what did you call it? Improper display?
Exhibition.
Improper exhibition of a weapon. Sure. He may not have improperly exhibited his weapon. However, the legality of demanding the kids' IDs. Like, they didn't have to show them their IDs.
No, they didn't. They could have walked away and said, bugger off. I have no interest in giving that to you.
Bugger off.
Bugger off. It's a legal term.
Where? London?
Yes.
Bugger off. Indeed. Yes. Hoffman thought they may have been attempting to burglarize residences, the report states. The deputies told him to call the police next time, and he said he would. His actions appeared justified because of the young man's suspicious activity, the deputy wrote in the report. He did not wish to get Charles Hoffman in trouble. But he threatened us. We didn't know our rights, and we felt rushed to leave the situation. The officers at the scene issued a warning to Speaker, Lenhart, and Salinas for soliciting without a permit.
Yeah.
They gave a warning to the kids.
Come on.
They're like, you guys need to watch it out here. Kimberly, the deputy, recommended the young men wear branded company clothing while canvassing. In an emailed statement, they called Hoffman's actions inappropriate but not illegal. The young men deserve recognition. They acted respectfully and calmly. Like, I feel like the cops even kind of talking to the kids like that sends the wrong message here. Because what they're doing, even though it might be annoying to somebody or look like they're going to rob someplace, what they're doing is actually a good thing. They're not doing what a lot of their other friends are doing, getting in trouble. And what the other guy was doing is an aggressive, bad thing, in my opinion. This one's an easy one for me. But let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. And we're going to take a quick break, very quick break. When we come back, we'll get into some questions with Moses DeWitt. C-Line says we've got the list ready to go. So we'll see what happens with that. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
That crash has been moved off to the shoulder on 401.
Hey, folks, Power Hour rolls on. 39/8 minutes left in the work week for me. Maybe his neighborhood's been robbed a lot lately. It looked like a neighborhood where people might have pillars. That's what it looked like to me. I get the resistance to solicitors, but you got to be real. Like, if you don't like somebody soliciting and you think they're soliciting without a permit, call the police. And when the police show up, they'll handle it in whatever way they want to. But grabbing a loaded, cocked handgun, ready to fire in a lethal position, walking around with that like this, starting to be the Grand Inquisitor, asking them for ID and what they're doing there, like you're some sort of deputized individual, kiss my ass. That's ridiculous. It's not even a race thing. That's when you realize he's thinking in that moment, he's like, oh, this doesn't look good. Shit. The way he was yelling too, so angry. Yeah, he kept like exploding. He's cursing. He's kind of reacting in a violent way. He's got a gun out. He's questioning these kids. He's not even on his own property in this moment. And the kids are just going around trying to wash people's cars. It just seems so obvious to me. Like, that guy should have been the one reprimanded. I'm shocked he wasn't arrested, somebody said. Tanya's bragging because she has pillars, apparently. How many of you have pillars out there? You guys just out there just rocking pillars on your houses? To deal with my solicitors, I put on my Burger King crown and start yelling slurs at them. Does that work? And he didn't say race, he said color. Yeah, it's like, look, this isn't even about color. I thought he was going to do the thing where he's like, I don't care if you're black or white or yellow or purple. I'm on the kid's side. He probably has mental issues. Why are we hand waving with like, well, he might be mentally... There's literally no nothing, not a shred of evidence that says that this man is mentally ill. Nothing. Nothing about this, nothing about the interaction, nothing about it gives me the idea that this guy is suffering from a mental illness requiring him to pull a gun on some car wash kids. I don't get that at all. Julie says, I wish Sean was my daddy. That's strange. Get out of here. Bootsy has pillars too? Do we even have pillars? Courtney. Oh, she's outside. She's cleaning the pool. I don't think we have pillars. I don't think we have pillars. Two minutes and we're back. I'm disappointed, Crazy Drunk Cat Lady says, that the cops didn't talk to the old guy where he went wrong. The cops did talk to him. There was a police report filed at least, but the cops were more aggressive towards the young men than they were to the gun-wielding individual. All right, I got to work in this sugar baby story. We got to do some Mo questions. Some exclusives for you. Taco Bell is now selling a $1 lettuce-free enchilito to quell their diarrhea parasite backlash. $1 lettuce-free enchilitos. Quote, for those who have been riding with us, Taco Bell says. The $1 enchilito offer is to show how much we appreciate you. Who's taking them up on it? You? You want an enchilito for $1? Can I be honest with you guys? I have no idea what an enchilito is. Enchilada burrito or something? What's an enchilito? I get the bean burritos. Courtney says we have a pillar. I don't know. Does this count as a pillar? Would that count as a pillar? I don't think so. I don't think that counts as a pillar. We're coming back.
Playlists, podcasts, and artist stations all in one app. So if you haven't already, download the free iHeartRadio app. Free radio. Always has been, always will be. Now wherever you go.
iHeartRadio.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Today is Mo Betta with Josh Fowler, courtesy of Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. Your front row seat to the most viral stories in the world. This is
Glad you're with us. You can learn more about the show. Get the podcast so you never miss a moment over on the website, which is at thenewsjunkie.com. We got Moses DeWitt with us. If you have any questions, maybe you think you might have a case, maybe you got into an accident, maybe something happened to you, maybe you're not sure, but you got injured and you got questions for an attorney, but you haven't been able to ask one, 1-888-443-NEWS if you want to call the show. And we'll put you on with Moses, and you can ask your question. If you have a question, 1-888-443-NEWS. We got the new system up and running. If you have a question, we'll get you right on with Moses, and you can ask him whatever is on your mind. In the meantime, we do have questions that we've built up in the 18 years since Moses has been on the show to visit us. So I think we can possibly do one of those. Mo, one that we talked about, Celine, I know this is one we planned on getting into. There was a pick-a-side we did this week where there was a man and a woman in a car. They were having sex with each other in this car, like outside the bar in a parking lot or something. And the cop came out there and was questioning them. Now, the woman's had the keys in the car, I believe, and the car might have been on, but they were doing their thing in like the back seat.
They were certainly not driving.
They were not driving, no. And they were up to other things. And the cop comes out, and there's a couple of things we had questions on. But number one was he let the guy go because it wasn't his car.
Okay.
But he arrested the woman for a DUI, even though she wasn't driving it, but her keys were in it.
Yep.
She was in the back seat having sex with this guy. Is that how that works? Is that how protocol goes?
Yeah, I mean, if you're intoxicated and you're in your vehicle with your keys, you can be arrested for a DUI.
C-Lane had a twist on this, though.
Okay.
How did first of all, they let the guy go, but how would they not know that he would have been the driver if somebody were driving? Is it because it's her car?
Probably her car, maybe where the keys were, who was in possession of the keys, who was within the, who was sitting in the driver's seat, that kind of stuff.
What if they were both in the driver's seat?
Well, then who's got the keys? Or where are they shoved?
So if he was holding the keys or something, then he would have got the DUI.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see. Hold on one sec. Let's go over to Eddie. Eddie, are you with us? You got a question for Mo?
Yeah, Mo. I live in a condo downtown and have an issue where over the past year or so we've had our upstairs neighbor lets their dog pee and poop on their balcony, but then they clean it by just dumping either buckets of water out on it where it falls down onto our patio, all over our plants and patio furniture.
Ew.
And then more recently we've had straight dog poop and urine falling from the upstairs balcony onto our patio. We have pets and plants and furniture, like I said, that are taking damage from that. And I wondered what kind of legal action we can take towards that to get it to stop. We have complained to our building management. They say they warned the resident above us and that they keep promising to stop, but it's occurred probably 4 or 5 times over the past year.
Damn.
Interesting. And the HOA hasn't done anything about it?
We haven't contacted the HOA directly, just the property management company.
Okay. I mean, I would probably send a letter to the HOA outlining exactly what's going on. I would venture to guess that this is somehow a violation of the rules and regulations of the condominium association there. And if it's not, it certainly should be. I can't imagine that they allow feces just to fly from balcony to balcony. The other thing you could try to do, and you may not have as many legal teeth here, but you could just start invoicing them every time you have to clean it up and see if maybe that gets their attention as well.
All right. All right, Eddie, you hear him?
All right, I appreciate it.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate it. You can dial us up if you have a question for Mo. 888-443-NEWS, 888-443-NEWS. C-Lam, what were you going to say?
Back to the people having sex in the car, or just this idea that you can get a DUI in a car without driving it in general. A lot of times it's like because the person had the keys, the person was technically able to drive the car. What if it was one of those situations, and this is very like hypothetical, but like, you know how sometimes you have the key fob where if it goes too far from the car won't let you drive it?
Right.
Even if the car is on. If you were trying to do your due diligence as an intoxicated person and you just left the keys inside, but the car was on because you're trying to get some AC, and like, there's no physical way you could put that car and drive, would you have like some sort of case against this DUI charge if they tried to give you one?
Well, potentially. The whole thing with the DUI is whether you're in actual physical control of the vehicle. So if there's no way you can put the vehicle in drive and you could prove that, then they probably can't convict you of the DUI. But if you're within the vehicle, you're in actual physical control of it, meaning basically at any time you could put it in drive. And if you think about the intent behind this law, it's basically that, so, somebody gets pulled over or they're getting approached by a cop, they pull the keys out and like chuck them into the passenger seat and say, "Oh, I wasn't driving. I wasn't about to drive." Because police officers want to be able to stop people from about to commit a DUI. They don't just have to let them go in that situation. So as long as you're not in actual physical control, meaning there's no way you could actually operate the vehicle, then you're okay.
All right, let's see. Let's go over to this caller from Orlando. Hello, you got a question for Mo, or what are you calling about?
I do have a question for Mo. How you doing?
Good. Go ahead.
Going back to that old man and those 3 solicitors,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't those 3 kids have every right to pull out a gun if they had one and defend themselves? Like, what would be the scenario? What would happen if they did that? I mean, this guy pulled a gun out on them.
Well, I mean,
Did he wait to get shot?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very factually specific scenario. So, in what we saw, at least in that video, the gun was aimed down. So theoretically speaking, the kids could also, pull out a gun and aim it down in a non-threatening manner. Now, whether they have the right to utilize that gun is going to depend whether they needed it for self-defense, because they reasonably, and the key there is reasonably, believe that they were in danger of great bodily harm or death. But at this point, based on the video, anything more than just holding a gun aimed at the ground probably would not be justified.
Interesting. Okay. All right. I just want to know why.
There you go. So it's interesting. He says, all right. I mean, I think people are confused because it seems wrong what the guy did. It seems like aggressive and wrong. And,
it is. It's very aggressive.
He was at least verbally aggressive towards these kids.
Yeah, for sure. C-Line, what else do we have on the list?
This was a fun one, but it'll be obvious very quickly that it was a couple weeks old. We were talking when the 4th of July was rolling around, and they said that in Washington, D.C., they were planning the biggest fireworks display in the history of the world. Like that was in the advertisings that ran on this very station. And they said biggest fireworks display in the history of the world. If they didn't break the Guinness World Record for fireworks, are they under some sort of legal scrutiny for false advertising if they don't have that many thousands? I forget what the number was that they had to beat.
These guys are lying.
I came to see the biggest fireworks display in the history of the world. What if they didn't deliver? Who would go after them because it was the government putting on the display?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some immunity there, but typically the Guinness Book of World Records isn't every world record, necessarily. Mm-hmm. And so, and if you have a reasonable belief to say that you're putting on the largest display of fireworks that's ever been done, then maybe you can justify that statement. I mean, we've seen some pretty ridiculous false advertising lawsuits at this point, so it wouldn't put it past me for somebody to try to bring something like that.
Yeah, like when Pepsi didn't give that kid a fighter jet.
Which Pepsi won that one, though.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah. That was I think there was like a whole documentary.
There was. It was pretty good.
They went above and beyond on that story. Okay, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll pay off that sugar baby story. Believe it or not, since I mentioned it, I'll pay it off here before the end of the week. We'll do the final dispatches. We'll do the stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday and the week. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
If AI ran this station, it'd be organized. And nobody wants that. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with you.
Folks, it has been a blast all week long, all week strong. We've worked in phones. We're still beta testing that. We've got all of our technology in place. We're in a really great spot. You guys were incredibly generous this week with the gifted subs, with subscribing. If you missed secret shows, well, there's more content for you, right? We may be done, but there's a whole world for you to unravel. Go subscribe, unlock all the premium features, and become a subscriber. The ad-free streams, secret shows, all the See It Now access you could ever ask for, and then some. TTS dispatches, and on it goes. Subscribe this weekend. The new secret show will drop at 5 p.m. today. Now it's time to rate the show. How was it? 10 out of 10? It goes right here into the Hall of Fame. That's where the good shows go. 1 out of 10 over here into the Hall of Shame, the corner where we cry. How was the show for you today? Vote with a like over on YouTube as well. Hello? Oh, thank you very much. So did you determine if we have a pillar or not?
A what?
Do we have a pillar or not?
I mean, we have the stone one by the front door, but it's not isolated.
Is that a column or a pillar?
I think a pillar has to be isolated. Like you have to have all four sides of it or circular.
I picture it like round, yeah, right?
It could be square.
But like decorated, right?
No, I think
Not-
a pillar doesn't have to be like an architectural flourish.
Okay.
I think it can be for like integrity.
Okay. You want to hang out this weekend?
Sure.
Okay. See you later, alligator. I don't know what her conclusion was. 10 out of 10 anniversary to my wonderful wife. Aww. 10 out of 10 food browsing. 20 out of 10. 7 out of 10 bears on Power Bowls. Rip Bear. That was yesterday. A column is a vertical cylindrical structural element designed to support weight, according to TNJ-AI, typically featuring a base, a shaft, and a capital. I've got something with a base, a shaft, and a capital. A pillar is a broader term for any upright support. 10 out of 10 pillar investigations. 10 echoey Seans out of 10. Yeah, when you hear the echo, that means the room mic is on. And honestly, that means I'm a little too close to it. I should have been backed away. 2 minutes. 10 out of 10 show because I'm off for the weekend and Orlando City is back. Big time echo when you're talking to Dortney. So what if I turn this on and if I go way back here? If I was talking like this. Better? Better? All right, folks. God bless you. Thank you so much for the support. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. The conversation continues around the clock over on the News Junkie website, chat.thenewsjunkie.com. Stay gold!
Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
What if we told you Matt Damon was screaming on set to get his voice weather-worn for The Odyssey? From the TikTok Podcast Network, Raiders of the Lost Podcast has the whole story about the biggest movies of the summer. Download the iHeartRadio app and search Raiders of the Lost Podcast now.
Hoagie Fest is back at Wawa. And this year, it's a meal deal. Grab any shorty hoagie, any Hers chips, and a fountain drink for just $6. Make it a classic for $8. Gotta have a Wawa.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This is
To make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. Thanks for being with us, friends. Thanks for supporting the show. And learn more or get the secret show that is released later today. Secret shows, as always, release 5 p.m. on Friday. We got to get Moses in for secret shows soon. We've talked about that, but we need to make that happen.
Oh, boy. Maybe one day you'll invite me.
You're invited. You're invited next week. You're invited next week if you'll take us up on it.
I'll check my schedule.
It's going to be in Italy or something.
Yeah, sorry. I'm in the south of France.
I got to go to the Olive Garden Culinary Institute.
Ooh.
That's in Tuscany, baby.
It is.
Tony Romo arrested in Milwaukee for an OWI and mugshot looking good here. Tony Romo,
Oh, buddy, he looks happy.
Little smile in his mugshot. Pulled over while driving southbound on I-43. Got an OWI, equivalent of a DWI or DUI or whatever, I imagine. And they said the arrest detention report obtained by Fox 6 says Tony Romo was taken into custody after performing poorly on standardized field sobriety tests, booked and released, due in court on September 21st. We'll see what happens to Mr. Tony Romo in the sports world. Okay.
Former quarterback for what team, Sean?
Former quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Attaboy.
Look at him go.
Team.
Yeah, indeed. Nick from Cape Canaveral, you're with us. Hey, Nick.
Hey, how you doing? I wanted to talk about the DUI thing.
Okay.
So about 10 years ago, I got a DUI changing a tire. I had the tire off, but the keys were in the ignition, so that's how they got to charge me with a DUI.
Oh, really? How drunk were you?
Actually, I wasn't driving the car. The wife got a flat tire 3 blocks from the house, and I went to go change it. So I'd been drinking all night.
Yeah. Hey, what were you drinking? What was it?
I was just drinking beer, but we were drinking all day. So
How many? How
I
many
blew
you think?
pretty high.
How many think that you put down?
At that time, probably around, say, more than a 12-pack.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right. Well, every once in a while they get you. You got to be careful, man. That's how it works.
But yeah, the whole thing was because the keys were in the ignition. There was no tire on the car. I was not able to drive. But
have you had any today?
Oh, I don't drink anymore.
Oh, okay. Good. Why, did something bad happen? Is like you have a
the DUI.
Yeah, well, I got a DUI. No, it was just time to change in my life. I've been 5 years sober, so
yeah, good for you, man. There you go. All right, congratulations, Nick. Thank you for the call. Appreciate that.
Josh can barely make it 5 days.
So true.
Let me pay this off here. This is in the Villages. A sugar baby arrangement went sour when a young woman who apparently wanted nothing to do with the string attached fled the home of a Florida man who gave chase in his truck, rammed into her vehicle, and pulled a gun on her.
I didn't know you had a truck.
It was not me. It was this gentleman. Look at this guy. That's the man that was charged with this. David O'Brien, 67 years old, met the woman this month on Tinder. During a subsequent exchange of messages, O'Brien explained he was looking for a sugar baby and would pay $1,000 for each visit. Dinner, and I love to shop for you, he said. O'Brien and the sugar baby agreed to meet for a meal on Tuesday evening. The woman was driven to the date by 3 of her friends. O'Brien, according to the Rest Report, gave the woman $200 and took her to a lingerie store where she purchased 3 items. After O'Brien provided the woman with another $600 at the restaurant, the pair went back to his residence at the Village's retirement community.
There you go.
The woman told cops she began to feel uncomfortable in his home and contacted her friends to come pick her up. With his sugar baby fixing to depart, O'Brien told her that she, quote, should give the money back because that was not the agreement. Declining the refund request, she left the property and got into the car with her friends. He jumped in his Ford F-150, began to chase the 4 victims in this case, and rammed into them with his truck, I guess. While the woman and 2 of her friends fled, a male occupant of the car was confronted by O'Brien, who pointed his .22 semi-automatic Ruger at him and told him to get on the ground or he would kill him.
Whoa,
okay,
buddy.
well, you
This
are
is escalating.
Can't do that.
You are going nowhere fast, my friend.
Yeah, the woman and her 3 friends called the cops, I guess, stated they were in fear for their lives, and this guy was arrested on 5 felony charges.
I really enjoy the ads that Smoking Gun does for their other stories.
Yeah.
Like at the bottom of this,
Let's see here, what we got?
vacuum lover sentenced. Ass Coke conspiracy?
Well, I want to know about Ass Coke conspiracy now.
I think we need to do the Ass Coke conspiracy.
Or fire down below. We'll never know what's happening with these stories.
Who needs clothes when your car is filled with guns and drugs?
True, and
Good
fair
bumper
point.
sticker.
Yeah.
Moses, it's been a pleasure as always. Thanks for hanging out with us, man.
Thank you, sir.
We do hope you'll join us next week on Secret Shows, and
I'll
that
come
you're
by.
not too busy. We'd love to have you on. It's always a very, very good time. Moses is available for you if you run into any trouble. He's the guy who's gonna get you out of it. If you get injured, if you get into an accident, if you get hurt at some place where you're hanging out, shopping, who knows? You always have this instinct to feel bad about calling an attorney. You shouldn't. You should ditch that. The instinct should be protecting yourself and your family and your future. That's the smartest idea. Do that by utilizing the skills of somebody who goes up against the insurance companies all the time, right? They know who Moses DeWitt is. They probably don't like him very much.
Don't like us at all.
Yeah,
but you know who does like us? Our clients.
Yeah. Good, yeah. So
The
justcallmo.com. Justcallmo.com or 800-CALL-MO. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Fowler. Josh Fowler.
Oh, you're too kind.
He's so good. He's so
Thank
good.
you. That's
very,
sweet.
very good stuff. He was much funnier last night in Secret Shows, just so you know, which will be posted 5 p.m. today for those of you who are subscribers. For those of you who aren't, jump on board. He had a banger night. It was very, very good.
You should hear his impression of a corny keg.
I forgot about that.
I was thinking about that this morning.
I forgot about
when
that.
I woke up with my head hurting. All I could remember was the corny keg.
Did you fall and hit your head or something?
Yeah, I did actually.
Probably. Yeah,
Hurt
at some
my
point.
nose.
All right, here we go.
Ass Coke conspiracy.
I really want to go back and click it now for the sake of God.
Yeah, right? Well, we only have a minute, so.
All right, so we'll get out of here. Today I learned this lady right here. Madonna. She grabbed her name from many places, but one thing was the Madonna whore complex. I had not heard of this before, but men with the Madonna whore complex are only sexually attracted to slutty women or whores, but cannot love such a woman. They have a regular partner, a Madonna, but they're not sexually attracted to them. That was the genesis
She picked
of
the not
term.
sexually attractive name?
I don't know why she did that, though. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. We're back on Monday, same time, same place. Missed the show? Get the podcast.